Good time of day, all creatures of wireless change ratings, and welcome to Kingdom of Aldana, where unattended characters may and will be put through embarrassing situations, so don't leave your characters alone. Previously, our friends had resumed their adventure in Nebo, with Salon departing on his vision quest to the Raven Queen's temple. Many curious revelations were said during that quest, and perhaps Sun left slightly disappointing his patron in his abilities, but nevertheless, he gained in knowledge and potential new powers. Who knows? We'll see. You were arrested previously and brought to apparently the Brother's Keep, the seat of government in Nebo, where after multiple prolonged machinations with your anti-magic shackles and equipment, you were brought in front of Lord Patrician Havilok Yad Nesker, the top administrator in Nebo, and discussed your future in the city, your work for him, your involvement with Nebo. A whole monologue was said on the subject of freedom, which apparently some of you did not appreciate or quite understand, but
or agree with.
But in the end, a bargain was struck, and you were given information and some compensation to continue your fight against Oko and currently his possibly close aide that was called by Patrician Cerulus. You investigated his mansion to find out an infiltration point and securities, and you're preparing for that. You went to sleep only to be, some of you, awoken in the middle of the night by nightmares. Nightmares undoubtedly sent to you by possibly Oko, possibly one of his cronies. Two of you, Arlis and Pipip, were struck hard by the nightmare, getting no sleep, although not getting exhausted. Since Trego is missing for today, and I will be very loosely writing his character, I'm just gonna throw it out there and warn you that he said that he saw the beginning of a nightmare, but he powered through it and is fine, basically.
So, I don't want to talk about my night of sleep.
Nope.
Alright. So in that case, it is the night of the morning of the next day after you visit Patrician. Your haste is currently scheduled for tomorrow, and you did receive 2 invitations that I have mentioned previously, but I remember that I did not word it quite correctly, which might have caused some misunderstanding. And I don't think it will change anything if I do word them correctly, but I will try nonetheless. So there were 2 invitations. One from Hyperbole that invites all of you to visit them and discuss possible employment. That mentions all of you by names that were given during your passage through the customs. The one that came from Vision invites Arles of the 9 plus friends. That's what I meant when I said only Arles. So it's like not you're the only one who's supposed to go there, but you're the only one who has been invited and acknowledged.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure after the Cyclops,
I'm fine.
Vision sounds kind of weird.
Sure.
Kind of wrong here.
It's fine. Just wanted to make sure that information was properly related. So yeah, with this, what are your plans for today, and what do you do first?
Visit Hyperbole, I presume. Otherwise, because let's start out of character for all of the shit we have to prepare. Well, since Tal isn't around again, no one can stop me from buying a costume, right?
But do you have the gold to do it?
No. The party does. It's like 1 gold for normal clothing. That's all it is. And let's just, because it might come to this, let's just recap our plan. Was basically to have Pip cast Arcane Gate while looking through Ysera's eyes, where Ysera can see inside the room we want to go into and where she can see Pip. So we'll need to do some scouting for a location like that. Like where we can stand where the portal, the lower side of it won't immediately be obvious in some way. So that we can get like one angle or another. And for the scouting, we can use an invisible Ysera again, I guess, or we can go in costume or whatever. I can craft a couple ones if we want to. That's not... Can't guarantee how good they would be, but we could use them. Anyone else have any inputs from what we might want to do? Or for what we might want to do? Because other than that...
Is there any way an invisible person, or not necessarily even that, but is there any way we can gain any sort of insight onto either where the safe might be or if there's a anti-magic field in there or something?
How would we do that? How would we detect an anti-magic field?
No idea.
Throw magic at it.
Yeah, let me
Well.
just throw a fireball into the office and then we'll say, oh no, afterwards. No,
You
I
do
think...
remember that the safe is supposed to be somewhere in the office.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
Christian
I
also
remember
will-
that part, yeah.
I could minor illusion, or not minor, or even major illusion, a butterfly or something, and try to move it through the spaces.
It's actually quite creative. You just need to see a certain part and major image. How long? 10 minutes?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check that.
And you just need to stay inconspicuous for the casting itself, then you can walk up and, you know. Problem is you're not very tall.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'd like to burn resources on scouting, but if I get hit by Dream again, then I'll be useless tomorrow. So I don't want to, for example, make you fly right now or use anything really because of the circumstances.
And I can telekinesis, but that's concentration, and I'm pretty sure major image is also concentration.
Yeah, it is. Yep. The only way is there's no real way that I can
no
think
longer
of.
have levitate.
Well, technically, you can watch through Ysera again and steer the major image that way. Let's look at the spell.
I think I can only cast it within a certain range of me.
Yeah, but you can, 120 feet. As long as you're within range of the illusion, you can use your action to cast the image to move to any other spot within range.
120 feet's not bad.
Honestly, like how far does the mansion go?
Like one.
It's 100. Like, so if you just like while you're walking around, the streets were down and left, right? From what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the parts that were encompassed. if you just like start from maybe southwards and walk along while you move your butterfly with you, just like through walls and everything, doesn't matter, right? You also don't need to be able to see it, apparently.
Yeah, Ysera would be able to see it for me at that point.
And that's not even necessary. As long as you are within range, you can use your action to cast image to move to any other spot within range. You don't need, there's no requirement for sight.
Yeah, but we're still in the problem of all of a sudden one of the people that threatened him is walking around outside of his mansion.
Well, I've got a costume I can make for you. Do you want to look like a little girl?
If you put me in a pink layer cake dress.
No. Just like a message girl, like a message boy. I can make costumes. I just need clothes for it. And a little bit of time. But it's still risky. Or we could just have Melora turn you invisible after you cast Major Image.
Either one works.
Because the two of you aren't exactly in danger of being hit by Dream. I think.
I am, she's not.
You don't care.
That's true.
You regain on the short rest. The only thing you
Yeah.
care for is exhaustion and the HP. The
Yeah.
HP we can take care of easily, and at most you're getting 1 exhaustion, which isn't
Yeah.
bad. It's actually tragic. Or No, it's actually super bad because it gives you disadvantage in ability checks, which means you trying to cast Arcane Gate into there is awful.
Yep. Are we doing this the same day though, or are we doing it the next day?
The next day.
Then
Or
either way.
maybe we could. No. We have to do it the next day because that's when it will be unattended, right? Or that's basically the idea because there will be less people,
Yeah.
less guards. That was the plan. Now we can do it today. We feel stupid,
No.
but the way Don looks, we should probably not.
No, I mean, you can do it any day.
Mhm.
Like, at the same
Yeah,
time,
we
you could
can.
say, but wait, if he's leaving, they will know that he's leaving, that is an end, and this is the best time for somebody to come, so this is gonna be the day when there's an ambush.
But if he's powerful and he's not there, then that's great. I'm not too worried about
That
everything
is
else.
possible, yes.
Well, I mean,
Powerful,
then we
he's
run
a
that.
fat dude.
We run that risk regardless then.
But so just to be perfectly clear, this here is the home of the Cyclops, right?
Yes.
This is Okko's home is outside of town, from what he told us.
Okko's, he didn't really say much about Okko. He said that he knows who Okko is. He needs proof, and he is not saying anything to you until he knows that he can trust you. Or that you're useful, or both.
So can you recap for me what he mentioned when he said a place out of town, place outside of town?
He
Because
meant
apparently you
Okko's operations.
Okay.
You finding a witness. Most likely it's gonna be outside of Nebo, and he can't operate outside of Nebo. But since you're friends with Veranek as well, nobody's gonna be angry at you for
No.
doing that.
Okay. Yeah, so I like those plans, honestly. I mean, we are not casting any spells that hurt anyone, so the Azure Vigil won't be on our ass for it, I presume.
You hope.
I hope. So the current plan looks like we are disguising you or making you invisible or both? No, one or the other.
I am disguised as an invisible little girl.
We can just look how convincing other people find my disguise to be and then decide on invisibility or not, right?
Yep.
Okay. Can we just like buy a couple of sets of common clothes for this? And I can fashion them. Yes, guys, hello?
Roll a d20.
No. I'm not leaving this up to chance. This isn't expensive clothes for us. This is clothes that goes towards the mission, which makes sense. It's not something you'd wear otherwise anyway.
It actually does make sense.
Anyone have anything against it? Speak now or be forever silent. Okay.
What's that, Trago? You don't want them to buy the clothes?
Sorry, Chigo, you were outvoted. Okay. I can detract. Oh my god, we're running low. How many do we want? Let's just buy 5. Right?
Treg will never agree to buy clothes. Come on.
Okay, we're buying 5.
And
We
this is
have-
gonna come out of your allowance, young man.
It isn't. Because I don't have any allowance anymore. I have 3 copper.
Well, I'm sure Treg will discuss the promise and the breaking of promise.
So can we do that early in the morning where I go buy a couple of sets of clothes and start working
Yeah,
on
sure.
what would you like to be disguised as, Pip?
Little messenger girl's fine.
Okay, sure. Do you want me to roll for this?
Yes, I do. So it's your disguise kit, right?
Yeah. What stat do you want to use?
Well, proficiency, that's 1. And
Yeah, but which
for
stat it's on?
this... Let's go with dexterity.
How about intelligence to make it look convincing?
Sure. Is your intelligence positive?
Yeah. +1.
Fine. Alright.
I'm just gonna put that into my inventory. Actually, I'll put that into the bag of looting. As different disguises we make. Okay.
So I
So
guess
do
the
you wanna-
smartest part about this disguise is, throwing clothes into the dust and rolling them around for a bit to give the genuine look of messenger girl.
I know how it looks when you only wear shit. Costumes. Okay, do you guys want to start your end of the plan, or do you want to go to Hyperbole first?
Not sure.
Mark, what do you want to do?
I want to do whatever everyone else wants to do.
You're
Let's
so
do the other thing
original.
first. Let's do the other thing first.
Let's go to Hyperbole? Okay.
Alright. So, for this part, we're gonna assume that Reg is still around. So you're all still like in armor and carry all of your belongings with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it, yeah, we're doing this, or yeah, that sounds stupid?
It was a yeah, we're
Both at the
still
same
wearing
ti-
everything.
Both at the same time, actually.
Alright. And carrying all of your belongings with you.
Yeah.
That's what the bag of holding is for.
I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, yeah, you do have a backup holding for this. You head still to the upper ring where the office of Hyperbole is located. It's not the tallest building, but it's rather wide and stocky and covers quite a bit of ground. You enter the reception part of the building, where a lot of people are rushing around, and it's kind of like a mixture of a big shop where there's a lot of space and big windows and colorfully uniformed people sitting around, and a lot of people, and yeah, I guess like looking by uniforms, it seems that this is some sort of a workplace and people are now preferring a certain way of being dressed. With the letters, invitation letter in your hands, it doesn't take long for you to explain to the people at the reception what you want from here. you are escorted through the hallways into a room with a table and multiple chairs. Suppose an image that you're quite used to by this point. And after some refreshments are offered and brought, you are temporarily left alone. Since nobody interrupts me with further planning, you wait not very long, no more than 5 minutes, before the doors open and rather young, well, maximum 30 years old human gentleman enters into the room. He is dressed in similar uniform fashion as other people in Hyperbole, except that he is not wearing the jacket, just the vest underneath. He seems to be carrying a rather thick stack of folders and papers, and he looks at all of you, smiles wildly with a beautiful white smile. Well, so nice to see you here at Hyperbole. My name is Jack. Hello. I will be your contact for today. I work with human relations here at Hyperbole, and I will be discussing your potential employment at our wonderful, wonderful company. I am sure that this will all work out for the best of all of us.
Hi.
Good morning, Jack.
Hello.
Hello.
So, what do you have in store for us?
I have the most amazing offers that you could ever see. A lot of money will be on for everyone. But since it's a little bit of company business, competition, stuff like that, before we start the proper conversations, the good stuff, I do need all of you to sign a little paper here. It's just your ordinary non-disclosure agreement. You can't say anything that happens in this room to anybody else, just to make sure that we keep our secrets secret. He passes out some papers.
I'm just gonna look to Pip because I'm not gonna try reading this legal document on a short notice.
Yep, reading it.
Right. Let's make an intelligence check.
I'm also reading it.
Sure.
Same.
You know what? Let's go with intelligence saving throw for everybody who wants to read this.
That's a good.
Okay.
That's very good.
Like nobody's proficient in that, but whatever.
Or not. I got
Well,
mine checked.
Well.
Wow.
What? Wait.
Goddess.
Well, she rolled intelligence before. Oh, she's proficient.
You're
Does make a
proficient in
difference.
intelligence saving
Yeah,
throws?
druids are. Druids have
Really?
the same ones as wizards do.
Wisdom and intelligence?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I never thought they had it. So Salan, it reads I space for name blah 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 yada 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 sign here. Sounds good.
Sign it.
Peep, you're not sure if there are any like loopholes, but as far as you can tell, yes, this is literally like anything we tell you, you can't tell anybody else. So, I mean, unless you had plans to go to somebody else and get another job and spill all the beans, you're good.
Cool.
Yumilora, this is strange. I'm pretty sure this is literally your first time reading a legal document in your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess life finds a way. So at least you have the mental capacity to read all of it. And you're not quite sure with how the laws in cities work, but you figure out as long as you're honest and don't try to fool anybody, you will not be in danger of any legal repercussions.
Okay, sign away.
I sign as soon as I see Melora signing.
Okay. So you all of you sign, Jack collects your papers. Wonderful. So, let's begin by how much do you know about the glittering halls? Anyone? No one? Trigger starts like, well, since nobody knows, I'm gonna tell you the whole story. As you do not know, our wonderful city has been built on the remnants of an ancient civilization. So the whole mountain is not really a mountain, it's a bloody dungeon. Whole city, hallways, room, treasures, wonderful place, wonderful place. So, as you can imagine, a lot of the beautiful things you see outside, including the technology we currently possess, have come from down there. By now, most of the upper layers have been stripped and we're enjoying the bounty, but although the city is ancient and abandoned, the security system is still alive and kicking. And that's where you, my friends, come in. The deeper down you go, the bigger the bounty, but the more dangerous it becomes. And, well, it just so happens that a couple months ago, our company managed to obtain a key that allows one to descend to a new level, one that has not ever been charted before. And since you, my friends, have been so graciously recommended to us by higher-ups in the government, and we received assurance that you are quite competent and loyal and are the best skills, the best people for your buck, we decided that what better partners can we get? So, long story short, the mission is following. We will provide you with the key, necessary equipment for you to survive down there, and to bring back all of the loot. You descend, you explore, you take everything that is not bolted down and that looks interesting, you bring it back, we assess it, see how much it's worth, and pay you a percentage of the cost of the loot you bring back.
Any time estimations? Rate of people who die down there when you hire them for this job?
Well, the mortality rate is statistical average, somewhere around 50%. But to be fair, it's a new layer, new dungeon, and we have never used anybody as impressive as you. I mean, from what I heard, you guys, well, easily clear the stars can bring money to all of us.
I'd like to roll an insight check.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Well, he really wants to sell you this job. As to whether he's telling the truth, that's actually hard to tell. His,
Motherfucker.
our patrician was just like poker stone face. This guy is always smiling and gesticulating, but it's all like, now that you look at it, it's the same smiling face. It's not a real smile. It's not changing, and all his gesticulation is just mechanical. There's no emotion, no secrets in it. He's the most sleaziest car salesman that you could ever find in the real world. So he wants you to buy that car.
But he is pretty handsome, right?
He is a pretty handsome, yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh crap, I did say his name wrong. Whatever, doesn't matter. He's Jack now. Of course, we would not dare to send into danger without proper reimbursement. So the rules are as following. The sum you can receive will be equal to 5% of the total cost, market assessed, of the goods you bring back. But it can be no higher than 30,000 gold in Never coin, and we will pay you a minimum of 5,000 gold in Never coin, no matter whether you succeed or not. Obviously, if only somebody come back, then, well, the sum will be still paid, but to a diminished group. You will also receive an opportunity to buy out a single item from what you bring back or what you will be provided with as our equipment, with, well, whatever money you earn or whatever you currently possess. And last but not least, all of the equipment we will provide you, unless it is consumable and consumed, you will have to return at the end of the trip, and you will have to submit a report on your adventures and the layout of this new level, and any equipment lost or expended.
Out of character. This is just a front, right? We receive 5,000 gold that Ars doesn't want. We don't have to actually do this. The way Patrician
to
put
me?
it. Yes.
Out of character.
From what Patrician said.
Patrician said, like, you have my money; they're already yours. Just wait before you cash them until you get at least a job offer.
That's
yes.
okay.
Yes, you have 5,000 gold from Patrician that you can.
Okay.
You can walk out of the door and go to the bank and get your 5,000 gold and leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Now I understood it a little differently, so thank you.
This is a genuine job offer. You don't have to take it, but if you want a chance to get money and go into the dungeon and explore glittering halls, you're welcome to take it. So you don't have to give your answer right now, and we don't have a fixed date on departure, but we are always looking at other candidates, and if you delay too long, the job may go to another group. It would be quite a disappointment, since I'm sure nobody is quite as competent as you are. But business is business, and we do have to hurry.
That sounds very reasonable. How about, I think we'll need a couple of days to think about it. We also have some other jobs in town that we need to take care of, so how about we get back to you in 3 to 4 days?
Wonderful, wonderful. Come back when you're ready. Here's my card. And if you agree, we'll have another briefing that will discuss the layout of the dungeon and the dangers and how you should prepare yourself, as well as date of departure. But I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Sounds great. Thank you for your time. Yeah, I'll shake his hand. I don't like this part. Guess we're leaving again?
Yeah, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't that long of a conversation, since it's just an offer, basically.
So while we're walking out, I am gonna say to the other guys, you know, this in comparison does seem like a fun idea.
Oh, now you're okay with it.
No, this is different. This is money we're receiving for an actual job we're doing, not for being a puppet of someone who's already ready to go. Well, you can go cash in the other 5k now, right? But I'm just saying, it does sound interesting. Who knows what's beneath there? That kind of stuff's always.
My fancy
when it's-
clothes.
When it's not
Ancient fancy clothes.
when it's not
Plus
explicit.
one fancy.
When it's not explicitly made and to kill people and named the Tomb of Horrors or whatever it's called.
Sorry.
I mean, to be fair,
Then-
Glittering Halls is quite a nice name.
Yeah, it sounds lovely.
I guess at this point, Reg will mention that as far as he knows, like those automatic ballistas he saw are made with technology found in the Glittering Halls, so he's not sure that's the kind of dangers you should expect.
Probably
but,
more.
Well, since it's a new level and deep, also I guess Drago will mention like that from what he knows, like it actually there is a point in trusting the company Hyperbole, because they are paying a shit ton of money to buy a license from Nebo to enter the Glittering Halls, and most likely that license costs much more than whatever they pay you. And in the end, like if you die or come back empty-handed or don't come back at all, they just lose a lot of money. And it costs that much exactly because, like, in the beginning, they will just, like, send, well, not they, but, like, ordinary people will get sent, and a lot of them will die, and that wasn't good for, public image. So the city intervened and is giving out licenses for this.
They're as interested in our success as we are there. Yeah.
Even more, because Like you
No,
get money.
I don't think they're more interested in than people who are losing their lives potentially.
I guess, sure, but
Close.
and you can imagine that most likely the magic corporations are where they are because they found something real good down there.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
It does sound like fun.
But I don't think we'll have the time. I think it'll be this, and then we'll go on to the next, whatever patrician finds us useful for, so... Let's start the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to the bank?
I'm not.
I mean, to be fair, there's no point in going there right now. Right. So, it's not that long of a walk from Hyperbole office to the mansion of Cerulus.
But we are not heading there directly because we don't want to be as a group looking like we even know that place or walk by it or be seen anywhere near to it.
Hello?
So let's just stay far away, and then we can maybe find a quiet bathroom and an inn for Pip to change into her costume. Then
Here's for me.
Well, logistics aside, you do find a place and time to put on your disguises and finish with the preparations you wanted to currently finish. So I guess let's just keep forward to whoever plans to go investigate again is there investigating. So who it is and how does it work?
Jen?
I mean, yeah, it's me. I'm gonna. I'm gonna try to find a spot where I can sit for a second outside of the place. Not for very long, just like I'll look like I'm tired and lean against the wall or something. And I'll have Sarah camouflage go up along the walls toward the office and have her watch through the window, make sure she's in a good spot, and I'll cast my major illusion through her.
It's very obvious when you cast.
Oh, is it?
It's all three components for major image, so you definitely want to be a little further away from the villa.
It stays with me, right? Like as long as
You can move
as
it.
long as it's within.
You
Yeah,
can
as long
move
as
it.
as long as I keep it within 120 feet of me, it stays with me, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll. Yeah, I'll just while I'm in the bathroom, I'll make a butterfly while I'm changing, and then I'll just have it kind of fly above me, like way high above me, like 100 feet in the air. It's just kind of flying.
Alright. Sure.
It's the middle of it's winter.
It's not winter, it's very late October, almost November.
I want to choose something
Uh,
other than a butterfly.
It needs to be big enough and stand out enough that we see it.
Small bird.
Pigeon, sparrow, lots of those.
Would a
in
small-
the city.
Would a small bird go into a building?
Unlikely. Possible.
Yeah,
just-
a moth is more likely to be caught inside.
Suppose, yes.
Sure.
Alright, I'll make it a plain moth.
Okay. So, in the end, where are you staying? Where is your physical body located when you cast? Not when you cast, but when you start looking through Sarah.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna skip that part since I can move it 120 feet away from me at any point. I'm just gonna have Ysera camouflage and go up to where the office is, and she'll keep an eye on the butterfly or on the moth while I'm just moving it around.
Right. So, for starters, roll me a stealth check for Sarah. Right.
Good job, Sarah.
And
she also had advantage, but
and you are trying to put the moth illusion inside the office.
yeah.
All right.
Like, I'll have her look and see if there's anybody in there, and if they are, I'll just move the moth, like, not into their line of sight, and I'll go through a wall.
Right. Sarah crawls up the wall and looks through the window. I wonder what time of day it is.
Still morning, right?
It's by this time it's like, I guess 11, 12, something like this. I guess more like 11, because you would be waking quite early, especially after not really having much sleep. And she looks into the window, and it's that blue dude. He's there.
The blue dude?
Yes, the one with the eye.
Oh, he's in the office. That's
Yep.
great.
He's sitting behind the table, on a chair. As I check his passive perception.
Hopefully not a 20. I'm sure he gets disadvantage because he only has one eye. Right?
Sure, that's how that works.
Sure. Maybe. So, but he's alone.
Is there a certain way he's facing? Is he facing toward the windows?
No, he's actually. Okay, so let's go with this. So I'm gonna say that Sarah basically went from this side, so she's on this side of the office wall since. Oh boy, since you are on the street side, and he's facing like that way.
Oh. Okay. Let me know if he moves, and let me know if the butterfly, or the moth disappears.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it through behind his back, through the wall.
All right.
Because that's right at the street, yeah.
Since you can't see inside and you're not using Sarah's eyes, I will need you to roll an Arcana check to see if you are able to accurately. Actually, it's not even gonna be an Arcana check. It's gonna be a straight intelligence check, because you need to basically calculate the angle from the street, from what Sarah told you, and try to send illusion behind his back. Right. And it's inside. It's in the room. Uh-oh, he noticed it. He's going this way.
Fly away!
I'm gonna fly the moth kind of just down, and then I'll make it disappear. Like, I'll make it go down 3 feet, and then it'll disappear.
You know, just roll me a straight d20. You have no idea where this moth is. You might have just had it go through the floor.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it go through the floor.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Alright. So Sarah flies away, and I guess you for a moment see the big bulk of Sorority still in his blue suit walk past one of the window.
I'm not looking at the
disappear
house.
from sight. Well, I guess I mean, you don't see him. What are you doing there?
I'm playing with the bushes that are outside, like I'm picking leaves off, and I'm slowly just peeling the leaf off of the stem of the leaf. The green part off of the stem.
Alright.
And I'm like laying them in strips on the ground.
Alright.
Just playing. Do I hear any alarms or guards being called or
Make a perception check.
Okay.
that is the best I've ever rolled perception. Ever.
So far, no.
Okay. We're gonna leave. I'm gonna tell you, Sarah, that it's time to go, and tell her to stay out of sight, and then I'll meet her in like the next alley over. I'm gonna cast Sending and tell Melora.
Yeah, he saw me. It didn't seem to disappear though, so I don't believe the office is magically protected.
Okay, I relay the message to Arliss and Salon also.
And Trego is probably also there.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
And then I leave.
I think we were probably in the inn. She was changing, just waiting sort of close by, but not too close.
Right.
Something like
Yeah.
that, probably.
If you're in the inn, you will have to pay like one
Yeah,
gold
let's-
for the drinks.
Sure.
Mark is still around.
Yep, there.
You're almost unseen.
Ah, yeah. I can't see.
What? What
What?
did you say?
I can't see anybody.
Your camera is off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can't see anybody.
You don't
Rejoin,
deserve to see anybody.
maybe? Rejoin, maybe? Do you see us?
No.
We see you. Do we want to restart?
Yeah, let's
quickly?
do a quick start.
Who's
Yeah.
hosting?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see stuff, Mark? Mark?
It's big.
Okay. Maybe it'll load.
I also need to run a game like you. I'll just say this.
Relaxed.
Uh,
In bed, almost asleep.
yeah,
Do you see us?
I'm blanking.
No? Still not loaded?
Alright. Well, I can see everything, so
Go on
let's
ahead.
go with this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's your fault for turning off your camera. Alright, so I guess you regroup with each other, and if you were able to leave the mansion's whereabouts without being arrested or otherwise captured, you are getting an idea that you weren't all that unnoticeable, and you might have showed your hand a little bit.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Well, shit.
Okay. Can we head back to the inn? Because I need to make a second disguise, I think.
Sure.
Like, so we know it's possible to cast magic into there. It's not. Because it obviously is super expensive
It's
to have
super
that
expensive.
cast
Yeah.
for over a year or something. But we still don't exactly know the point where Pip will be standing and where Sarah will be able to see both, into there and see a location where the portal is sort of hidden. Also, we really don't have a backup plan for if this goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's already gone wrong.
No, but if Arcane Gate doesn't work, we're shit out of luck. Like, literally pretty fucked. Another option I do see is, since this is out of character, since we are getting the 5,000 gold, we could head to a wizard afterwards, and we can either just look for stuff that you can buy, or if anyone has an idea for a service that he might provide, that might be an idea as well, but I don't have anything particular in mind that would be super useful.
To help us do what?
Well, it depends. For example, if we knew that Dream was magical, which we do not at this point, then we could maybe ask if there was a way to identify that and where it's coming from and that kind of shit. Like, there's who knows what's possible.
Okey-doke.
We certainly don't.
Nope.
But I mean, what else are we doing for the rest of today? I mean, we might as well, since we're taking these 5,000 blood coins, we might as well use them, right? Or at least for something for someone.
Hey, Arleth, let's go shopping.
That was out of character.
Did you call them blood coins or plot coins?
Blood.
Blood.
Sure.
In character, I shed that costume as soon as I get back to the inn. I don't acknowledge my friends. I just get rid of the costume. In the bathroom, of course.
Thank you for clarifying.
Just in the common room.
Are you bringing it back?
Yeah, I'll put it in my bag and bring it back, of course. But yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not going to acknowledge them at all as the little girl, ever.
Okay. Let's head back to the inn we're sleeping at. Or do we want to just... Or actually... So, Pip, how did it go?
Not great. He saw me. Or he saw the little moth thing. I don't think he saw you, Sarah.
Well, I'm sure he knew beforehand that we were going to be up to something, but now he knows we know where he is, or at least he'll have reason to suspect something. So I'm sure tomorrow will be all the more fun for it.
Yeah.
But he probably still has to attend, so...
He'll probably just like put more guards on, make it harder to
Yeah.
do shit.
I mean, to be fair, he came after us first.
I didn't mean it in the sense of, oh no, we did something wrong to him. I mean it in a sense of he knows we're coming and has therefore time to prepare.
Well, I kind of meant it more in the sense of he knows he hasn't done... He knows that he's done something to deserve this, to deserve us looking in on him. So it could be he doesn't think we're attacking him immediately, just sort of keeping tabs on him.
Yeah, sure. It is a certain possibility. Now, does anyone have any... So, say in case we get in there and there's actually someone sitting there, do we have any way to keep stuff quiet? Any...
I don't know if pass without a trace would work.
that...
It increases stealth. That's all I know.
Yeah, if someone's in there, and then probably not. But
I mean, out of character, there is the silence spell, but I don't think any of us have it.
Wow.
It's a cleric spell. Sure.
It is a cleric spell. And
What
I
is
do
the
have-
range on that?
120 feet.
Yes.
That's actually helpful.
And the problem is Mark can't release. Wait, is it the point he has to see? A point you choose within range. No sight
Oh!
required.
Oh my god!
I
So
do
we
have to
can-
warn you once again. Like, if you don't see a point, you can try to hit it, but you may miss, and silence cannot be moved.
We know it can't.
On the
No,
other
but
hand,
It is a 20-foot
yeah,
radius.
it is
If he hits
pretty big.
anywhere in that room,
Well, then you have another problem, just, like being fair, and someone
Yeah.
you will consider this. If there's a guard standing right outside of the room, if you don't hit the sphere perfectly, like the moment you drop it, the guy's gonna go, well, I guess, I mean, still, like, if it's complete silence, he's gonna notice it.
yes, you'll definitely notice when it goes completely silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an option.
I mean, but then again, you can, like, hit basically the corner of the room, like over here, from the outside.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Wait, does it bypass total cover?
It should, no? It's just a sphere, it doesn't say that cover
Yeah, I
does
guess it
anything.
doesn't. But
So, nah, no. Your haste.
thanks.
Yep.
We could. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
We could also just wait to be inside. That way, the only way shit goes south is if someone's already standing guard inside his office. And we don't know if he trusts anyone that much. He might. We just don't know.
Is there a way to check for alarms? Because I'm sure he'll have alarms on his office at this point.
No, I don't see a way or a magical way to check for that, and we don't really have a rogue, so I have Thieves Tools proficiency, but my dex is 0, so it's not that good. And I do have Thieves Tools, but it's a little gambly. Well, apart from furthering that plan, I think getting out of character, getting something with those 5,000 gold would be useful, right? Anything really that might help.
What do you
We
think,
can't-
potions?
I think it's more up to what's around than anything else.
Can we come up with something that would help?
Potions of diverse sorts. Other than that, I don't see anything in particular that would make this part easier. It's just that anything combat related will help us if we fuck it up, right? So we could also try to hire someone. But that sounds awful. Hire an expert trapsman.
A lot could go wrong with that plan.
Yeah, well, a lot can go wrong either way.
A lot will go.
Yeah. Question I have when I look at that plan is where the fuck is his safe? Ceiling, the floor. Walls aren't very thick, and they are directly next to other rooms.
In the desk, maybe?
And then we can just take it.
No, not necessarily. It could be built into the desk.
Just
You might be able to take the entire desk.
yeah.
One second. Because Dimension Door does allow you to carry an object, but doesn't exceed what you can carry. How much can I carry?
Do you have Dimension Door?
I do, yeah.
You do?
Yes.
What's your strength?
How much can Pip carry? What's your strength,
is
Pip?
like 8.
Yeah, mine's a 6, so... Are you doing times 15? Either way, it's not enough to carry an entire desk or a safe.
No.
There's literally like 0 way.
I mean, I could telekinesis it.
Yeah, that's like... screaming, we are robbing this place.
I mean,
No,
but walking out with a desk isn't? I mean,
Listen, no, I can teleport it out, and then... Okay, yes.
Does Dimension Door have to be your size, or
Yes.
can it be
For
another
a,
creature?
for a creature, yes. For an object, no.
oh really?
Oh, no. Of your size, well, medium. You could probably fit a lot of stuff into medium. Anyway,
I'm not medium.
it's not gonna work. Yeah, that's for me. It's not gonna work either way. Like, even if 8 times 15 is not even close to enough, that's 120, that's 60 kilograms. It's nowhere close to carrying anything like a safe.
Yeah, but if you're a
thing is-
medium, I can use your Dimension Door, right? 'Cause I'm a
Yeah,
medium, so you can
I
just
can
cast
transport-
Dimension Door. I can
yeah. Well, that's the second plan if Arcane Gate fails, yeah?
take the desk, pop back out again.
We can't pop out of the desk. We can't teleport the desk.
Oh,
Well, since
It-
there's only 4 of us, we could.
We're not... In character, we're not leaving Trego behind.
We're gonna
for
have
this
him on
size.
autopilot.
Yes, I think it's still better. Also,
If we leave him behind, we can all Dimension Door in.
so? We can...
Just pointing that out.
Look, if Arcane
I'm
Gate
just gonna
fails,
say it
doesn't
right
matter.
now. If you do this plan today and we start missing, he's not gonna be around. I'm not putting an unmanned character into potentially TPK situation.
I don't think it's a TPK situation. I think it's a
It
one
could be.
person dies at most.
Any fight situation is a potential TPK situation.
Anyway, it's not like that's an option either way. Look, so what we can do instead... Basically, I still have knock. So if we find, and I still have like 1 or 2 uses, so maybe if we find the actual thingy, we should be fine with opening it.
Knock
Okay.
doesn't open locked things, right?
It does. That's exactly what it does. I have 2 scrolls of
Uh-oh.
knock left over. It's exactly what it does. Look, I can paste it for you.
I believe you.
A door, a box, a chest, a set of manacles, a padlock, or another object that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access. Definitely. So I would probably have to spend 2 since he probably arcane locks it. Once to get rid of the arcane lock and once to open the actual thingy.
Wait, well, you got Thieves' Tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna rely on knock instead, I think.
Yeah.
Rather than using a +4. Or I can try, but like... Basically like asking for failure. Hey, Lord Keaton. But that's certainly an option, like to get in, right?
Yeah.
Also, I'm not opposed to the idea of buying spell scrolls.
Oh,
Out
yeah,
of
well,
character.
We don't need Arcane Gate if we've got Dimension Door, right?
We do. Because otherwise I'm spending all 3 4th level slots just to get into there, because I need, in case we are also bringing Trigo, because I need to get in, go out alone, bring Trigo the second time, then that's 3 4th level spell slots gone just to get in, and I'd like to reserve that to get out. Seems smarter to me than...
Yeah.
Arcane Gate's definitely the best option we have. There's like literally no way about it, because Pip can only transport at the most like Melora.
Melora in B-shape form. Yeah.
Yeah. Or someone polymorphed, which is another 4th level spell invested, which doesn't make sense.
Yep.
We're definitely using Arcane Gate, like there's basically no way around it. Or we're trying to. And other than that, the other option obviously is to try and not put everyone inside, but it's so risky if something happens in there.
Split the party.
Yeah, it sounds awful, so let's rather not, I guess. I say we look what we can do with the money. That might give us an idea too, right? I mean, what else are we gonna do? It's still, we have like half a day or more left to do stuff. And the only other thing we really need to do is to find a spot, or maybe you can remember a spot where Ysera can sort of do this. Need to find a spot that's hidden enough in the streets where that Ysera can see. And from where she can, from point of view, she can also look into the office. I mean, what else? We can do that right now, but I think it's better to do something in between, and then we can make the cost. Go ahead.
I was just going to say not right now because of them singing.
Exactly, that was my point as well. And then I can make... probably it's the best idea to do this for another costume for someone who's actually good enough at finding such a thing, which is not ours. You can just dress up Melora as a rich lady that walks through the streets.
Okay, make me a target for people to steal stuff from me.
That shouldn't be a problem in the upper.
Yeah,
true.
Like, there are already plenty of guards around, especially where you're going, so it's unlikely that they'll target you.
True.
Someone might steal your heart, but other than that...
It belongs to one
Trigo
person.
already has it.
Okay.
Can we give her a parasol? Like, can she walk around with a little umbrella?
God, you're turning me into Peach, aren't you?
This sounds
I was not
amazing.
thinking Peach.
Okay, let's first let's get that money and see what we can do with it, right?
Yeah.
To the bank?
To the bank.
Alright. It is not hard to find the building of the National Bank of Nebo. Like all banks, they certainly try to impress their customers way before they enter the building. Now, security, stockiness, worthiness. There's a building, and it's seems to have been relatively new. It's all marble and glass and steel and wood. Well, not steel. Steel does not exist in this world, but metal. You spend a couple minutes trying to figure out where you need to go, but finally you do find a window that says basically cash withdrawals. And who's the speaker for the group in this case? Right. And since I saw only one hand raised, guess Arlis, you present the box with the crystal proposition to the young lady behind the rather thick glass window. And what do you say to her? Welcome to the National Bank of Nebo. How can I help you?
We would like to trade this one in for the sum that goes along with it.
Do you give her the box?
Mm-hmm.
Right. She opens it. Oh, a deposit crystal. Quite a rarity. She takes it out. Just a moment, please. And seems to disappear into the staff offices behind the desks. Returns in a while. Your deposit contains 5,000 gold in Nebo coin. Would you like to withdraw them?
Yes, please.
Very well. In whose name will the money be withdrawn? This crystal is how do you call it? Biometrically tied to the individual that it gets assigned to. Since your deposit is more than 5,000 gold, we can issue a second crystal for you, but each one will be usable only by one individual. And in case of your death or the loss of the crystal, it will be unable to be used by the thieves. And even if, well, let's say you were to be disassembled, they will still be unable to use the crystal.
Quick out of character question. This wasn't really tied to one of us, was it?
No, it's currently like whoever presents it can take it.
Okay.
So it's just telling you that basically, like, if you want to register this account, you need to do so, and you can have 2 individuals with crystals. Of course, you can have more crystals issued, up to, well, as many as you want, but either you need to deposit
I think
more.
One,
Yes.
one will do. One will do just fine. I'm gonna
Alright.
nudge Trigo forwards.
He's not here. He is not
Of course
here.
he's here,
He
please.
is not here. The player is not
Please.
here.
I'm
You
assuming
can't
they're not
force this decision on. And
But it's him or Pip that makes sense, right? So
sure.
I mean, no one in their right mind would trust Arles with this. So
No.
I mean, if Pips don't want to do it, I'll do it.
I'm a citizen. It makes sense. I don't have a problem with it.
Alright.
Alright.
Yes, at this point, she actually like walks out from her cubicle and asks you people to come along with her. And you're brought to an office where you kind of like put a crystal into some sort of an arcane device, and you have to stick your hand into it. And nothing
Yep.
happens except for like some light shining on it. But when it's done, she says that now the crystal is tied to you and nobody else will be able to use it.
Thank you.
And so how much do you want to withdraw?
How much do we want to withdraw? Like 500?
Remember that this is a new system and it is not widely spread, but many shops and establishments in the upper ring do have systems that allow you to pay for services or goods with the crystal. You don't have to bring the money along. And even some major shops in the lower ring have such systems, such as Sky Emporium. Sadly, it is not widespread outside of Nebo, but our branch offices in Kreuzung and Z do use the system, so you can bring a crystal along with you and receive a withdrawal in our branch offices. So if the sum is sufficiently big, you may have to wait a couple work weeks.
thank you.
Do we want?
No, we don't
500.
want to. Why
wanna
would we
withdraw any of
withdraw?
it?
No, there's like with this out of character with the systems she mentioned. There's literally no reason, right? For now, because every shop will want to use this and will have the system in it, probably. There'll be
I mean,
rich shops in the upper ring,
those
magic
yes.
shops, yeah. I don't see the point in withdrawing anything, and withdrawing 500 does nothing, since anything we would want to purchase will probably be a little more expensive than that. Or most things. And then we can still go back here and get the money if they don't accept the crystal.
Yeah.
And to be fair, 5,000 gold is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so with if people dies, you lose access to your banking account. I just want to mention this.
Just wanted to rub it in.
Pip, make a will. Don't.
I was like, are you sure?
Okay.
Yeah, where are you going next?
So I suppose Pip or Trigo would know the best places, like the shops where you'd probably get the most potent magic in the city.
I mean, the places we went before are going to be the best ones. The one that I took you to the first time, I don't think specializes in potions.
The one I went to the first time didn't even have a real wizard. They just had some fucking salesman.
Yeah.
Sounds awful. Can we get a real wizard? I'm sure he has good shit.
I don't know any wizards in the city. I'm pretty sure I don't know any wizards. I mean, we could go to the different circles and ask for help, but
I'm a Vane's a wizard.
Does Trigo know?
I don't think he does. You know, it's same as me asking you, like, do you know the nearest Ferrari sales office in your hometown?
I'd have an
Of
idea,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mark is right though. We do know Amavane.
Hmm.
Go ask Amavane for some help.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds lovely.
You could set Trago on fire again while he's not here.
I think since you're going shopping, this is a good point when Drake will depart.
The thing is, we really don't want to split the party in the current circumstances, right? I mean, we've been threatened by a mob. I really think it's. I'm
They
sorry.
won't attack in the city. I mean, come on, they won't attack us in the city. It's perfectly
Yes.
safe. It's
Yes,
perfectly
they will.
safe.
No,
It's perfectly safe.
They will.
Look, I don't want to go sleep anymore. My bones are just not ready for this.
We both know that's not what Trigo would say.
Well, it's his problem for not being here. I mean, look, I need to go reinstate my hurrah card, and there's this wonderful place I haven't visited in a while.
It's fucking funny, dude.
He can just tag along. Also, he carries our bag of holding.
Yeah. I don't trust you. With all of our gold and all our clothes.
He does not give that to Arliss.
It's fine. Let's go. We'll go with you.
Thank you very much. Can't you just send her a message, Pip? Maybe she'll know a name and place. She can easily respond.
Yeah. Sending. That's my last spell.
What specifically are you looking for?
What?
Like, what kind of shops do you want to know?
Ones that can. I think we're looking for potions that'll help us be quiet.
The ones that have a real wizard.
Ones with a real wizard. Oh, we can't word that to her though, because she'll say there's nobody but her that's going to be as good as whatever we find.
Harry, you're a wizard.
We would like amateur wizards in comparison to her.
That actually, yeah. We're looking for. I'm gonna say this out loud, but this is not the message I'm sending because I'm gonna babble because I'm trying to figure it out. Looking for amateur wizards to help us move
Looking
about.
for amateur wizards in your neighborhood.
Yeah,
Looking for
right.
amateur wizards that run magic shops in.
Trustworthy amateur wizards that run wizard shop.
Excellent. Trustworthy amateur wizards that run magic shops in Nebo.
Are you writing it down?
Yeah, 13 words so far. What do we, who's the least amateur in your opinion? And where is he? 24
Maybe-
words.
Maybe the one with the most promise, not the least amateur.
Okay. That's more words though.
Well, we have
More.
plenty to play with.
No, we don't.
We had 24. Don't worry about it.
24 out of 25.
I thought it was 30 for sending.
25.
Nope. 25. Who's the one with the most promise and where? Question mark. 22 words. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
We are looking for trustworthy amateur wizards that run magic shops in Nebo. Who's the one with the most promise and where?
Totally thought it was 30.
Who's the
Yeah.
person? The most promise and where?
Most promise in town? Should we specify that? Because she might name somebody somewhere else.
Well, we did set that run magic shops in Nebo. That'll work, I think.
Works for me.
This way, Trego doesn't get burned.
Oh no!
Treg is very thankful to you. Do you send it?
Yeah.
I have a question about this. Cool, interesting. Alright. So, I guess the kind of message she'll send you back is along the lines of best ones in Arcane Ring, you won't get there. Check Art of Wise, Upper Ring, name of street.
Art of Wise. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go there. I hope it is a real wizard.
So, you're still in the Upper Ring, so it's not that long of a trip. It's not in Nebo. Until you reach the specified building, and it's actually kind of like a tower. It's very narrow and tall, perched between two like guild halls or something like that. And it does have a sign, beautiful sign that says Art of Wise, encrusted in gems. And the sign itself is just a big, half-transparent gem made of like the same material you saw those windows made of. If you walk inside, as I try to find my notes. Right, yeah. So you open the doors and walk inside. You hear a tinkling of a bell, but see no bell hanging from the door. The interior is in dim light, and the air is a bit humid, more humid than the air outside. But it's very pleasant. The atmosphere is very pleasant. You walk past rows of potted plants and goblins hang from the walls, and walk into a pretty small shop area of this building, which you presume, like most of it, is most likely just like sleeping places, accommodations, a workshop. Only to see walking down the stairs a figure. It looks male in gender, but it is heavily covered, draped in robes and clothes, even its head is covered in some sort of a hood, heavily ornamented with golden filigree and gems, and where you would see face, you see most likely a mask with two glowing blue slits where eyes would be. As the figure faces you and stands across from you behind the counter, you hear a voice coming from the cowl and from under the mask. I cannot recreate the voice because I'm a human, but as the figure speaks, in the background there's sound like sand flowing, like in a sand clog. Can you imagine that, please, for me? Greetings.
Nope.
To Art of Wise. I'm Dust. How can I help you?
Hello, Dust. Nice to meet you. We are currently browsing, and you were recommended to us by a certain wizardess. Apparently, the best shop in the Upper Ring, from what she said. So, do you have anything special in store for a couple of magic users?
Magic. Well, I mostly an artificer. I create items on order, and I wouldn't wish to brag, but anything you wish to be created, a staff, a wand, an enchanted gem, I can make for you given time. If you're looking for items on stock, that will be more limited. Are you looking for something specific or just browsing the wares?
I think mostly browsing for right now. You don't happen to have any sort of raise the brazier? Sort of point at the crystals. Anything like that? Spells in an unfinished form? Other than that, we're mostly just browsing.
He looks at you for a moment. Well, yeah, I assume he looks at you. Could I inquire where you managed to find this kind of device?
Well, I don't exactly remember the name of the place, but it was somewhere beneath ground.
Ah, I see.
Someone else had been doing some experimentation with it.
Well,
Unfortunately, they passed.
I would recommend you to rub his hand. Be careful with unhinged magic. If it's not fixed within a proper crafted metrics, it could be quite dangerous for your body. But yes, I do have multiple cores that have not yet been inserted into a staff or wand. I could offer them for sale. Mind though, they cost, well, not as much as a completed item itself, but a significant amount of money nonetheless.
How significant are we talking?
Depends on the complexity of the spell. Something simple like a magic missile or how that goes. Something simple like magic missile will go you for a couple hundred gold. If you wanted to find a crystal that contains a higher level spell such as Polymorph or Wall of Ice, that will cost at the very least several thousand gold.
Sounds about right. Other than that, I'm mostly looking for the other people, not for me. So, what do you currently have in stock?
Wands, mostly. I do believe I had a wand of the War Mage that improves one's casting abilities. I had wands of lightning bolts, of magic detection. I have just finished the wand of binding, rather curious request. I have simple things like wands of magic missiles and wands of webs. And I do believe I had a wand of polymorph somewhere.
Jesus Christ, wand of binding.
Yeah.
Not that we can afford that. Wand of War Mage. That's the one that's not as good for you now. If you're saying Wand of the War Mage, what kind of level of enchantment are we speaking about?
That's the simplest one. Students and beginner mages like those. Good turnover.
Out of character question, Pip
Plus
doesn't
one.
want to use. Huh?
Oh,
No. It wasn't. That's clear. More like I considered it for Pip, but do you even? Can you even use anything but your ring/dagger?
I don't know. I haven't tried. I think I can just use magic. It should be fine, but I honestly have no idea.
Because it's for you who uses Eldritch Blast, it's actually decent, but for me, it's basically garbage.
Yeah.
And no one else uses. Technically for like guiding bolts or some shit, but I don't see the exact. Like, I don't think we'd get much mileage out of it. How much for that wand?
Let me see. Where was that? Crap. Alright. One of more mage, plus one is considered uncommon. This one will go for merely 300 gold.
That, on the other hand, is a good deal. Out of character, you want to try it out, Jen?
I mean, yeah, I'm game.
Otherwise, we can still give it to Salan for his magic, for his guiding bolts, I think.
Yeah, true.
And to go quickly through the others, wand of polymorph, wand of binding, wand of magic detection, wand of
magic missiles, web. I think that's
is
about
web
it.
uncommon as well?
Web is yes.
That's a decent spell right there too, but
Web.
web's a really good spell, but second level. I don't know at this point.
Do we not want magic detection?
You have
You
permanent
have eyes.
I know, but I don't trust him anymore.
and then you trust a wand.
Fair.
And that wand has only 3 charges, magic detection one.
Yeah, that's. I think we're buying Wand of the War Mage.
Ah, wonderful. Will you be paying in gold or in gems?
Tip, can you show the thing?
Yeah, I pull out the crystal.
That work for you?
Yes, very well. May I?
Hand it to him.
He brings out the wand, places it on the table for you, shows you how it works, then seems to input your crystal into some sort of device that lights up for a moment. And this should be it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You said mostly wands, no potions or not anything like it, right? Or scrolls?
I am not interested in those kind of items.
But do you perhaps... Sorry, excuse me. Do you perhaps know of someone who runs a good shop, in your opinion, up here for those kinds of items? Potions and or scrolls?
The biggest one that runs potions that I know will be Eduardo's one in the lower ring. I don't think you'll find many that specialize in scrolls, not any level.
Unfortunate.
They
But
find
thank you.
little use. Thank you. And do be careful, magic does terrible things to people.
You don't have to tell me.
As he
I'm well
was
aware.
showing you the wand, you saw that his arm kind of like poked through the robe, and he had gloves, but basically between the gloves and the robe, his arm is not like a normal person arm, but more like, you know, a coal-like substance.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again? What?
Well,
Coal.
like coal, like charcoal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like while charcoal is matte, his is like kind of glossy, like more like a mineral or a crystal. Will that be all, or would you like to see those unfinished crystals I have in stock?
The smaller ones, sure.
Very well. He disappears for a while and brings back a box filled with crystals. So, what price range are we talking about?
I think I'm only looking at first or second circle. I'm sorry. But the others are probably at the moment a little out there. Maybe if you have a couple of fun third ones, that might be an idea as well. But
That's more like
primarily,
I'm not sure I remember what circles all of the spells are. Anyways,
I can tell you.
I have one with burning hands in it, charm person, command, comprehend languages, detect magic, fear, the usual fireball, fog cloud, halt person, knock, lightning bolt, magic missile, and web.
How much for? Yeah, I'm definitely considering how much for the knock one.
The knock is one of the more expensive ones, and just to warn you, if used like this, it will last no longer than 10 uses. The spell is complicated to bind to a crystal matrix. I'll ask if you pay in gold, 2,800.
Seems a little expensive for something with 10 uses. I'll pass. And other than that, the list. No. Oh, sorry for that you had to get them all out, and unfortunately that's a little out there for 10 uses, even though I understand it's complicated, so...
Perhaps,
I think...
as a favor, I could take a look at your device. Just scientific curiosity. I won't even take it off your hands.
Yes, but that does sound like the kind of favor where it gets recreated later on, and I'm not currently all that interested in that.
I'm not interested in the device, more in the crystals that power it.
Doesn't it amount to the same end in that case?
The device does not appear to be inherently magical, more like an amplification device. Whoever made it was intended for his voice sounds almost condescending, for us untalented individuals.
Unfortunate. No, I'm sorry, I don't think so. I think I'd like to keep this one close to where it is right now. Have a nice day.
Thank you for your help.
I think I'm gonna go AFK feed my cat real quick. She's been crying for 2 hours. Be right
Yeah, I
back.
need a break real quick.
Can we take a quick break?
How long has it been? Yeah, sure, let's go take a break.
Be right back.
Here it is, and camera. All right, and by the way, one of us is still forgetting about his camera. Mr. I'm lying on the bed eating Doritos.
Well, no, he actually turned off his camera because he was making food, and now he was eating that food.
Yes, yes. All right. So, where were we? All right. So you bought one wand at Dust's place, and I believe you are leaving it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what else would you like to do?
He did recommend that potion shop thingy, right?
Well, he basically named the same shop you went to previously, saying that at the very least it's the biggest one.
Okay, I don't. Yeah, but at that time I was simply looking for crystals, and we didn't really ask about any potions, right? I didn't really interact with the dude, but this time we're looking for for a particular job, basically.
I suppose so.
Because honestly, I also have no idea what he said when I asked what he.
Which guy? Which guy?
The potion guy.
Oh, yeah. No. He was offering many different kinds of healing potions, basically, and you were like, yeah, that's not many.
Oh yeah, I remember that part. Right. But I don't remember if he did he offer anything but healing potions.
There were a couple like vulnerability potion and resistance potion, but like the price was there.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I remember. That was a long time ago.
So can we visit him and see what he has in stock and like what potions belong?
Sure. Right. Basically, since I don't feel good about trying that accent again, or not with my current mood, are you looking for something specific or basically browsing his stuff?
We're gonna say we are currently we are gonna be going on a job beneath the city into the dungeons, and we're looking for specific things to make us quiet. Keep us quiet.
Are there actually
Quiet
potions that make people quiet? I don't think there are.
Quiet, unseen. We don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he has. So.
Let me see, actually. There's a couple ones. Maybe it will help. Helpful. Right. Once again, he is ready to offer you a giant, like literally a giant selection of various healing potions. As for being quiet, he has potion of climbing, and he has potion of speed.
What does speed do? Just double movement for haste?
Yes, but it is very rare, so it's gonna
okay. Yeah, we can't afford it.
Very expensive.
Yeah, how much does climbing cost?
Climbing should be much cheaper. Let's see. It's common. It's common.
Nice. It's gonna be super. Does he have more than one?
Let's see. No, certainly only one. So this plus this makes it this 20 gold.
Excuse me?
Common 20 gold.
I think I heard you wrong, Don. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
And I'm checking, but he does have only one of those.
Okay, yeah, let's buy it. For 20 gold? Anyone opposed?
No.
I'm taking it.
What it does.
Does anyone want to carry it?
It basically gives you climbing speed equal to walking speed for 1 hour, and advantage on strength athletic checks you make to climb.
It's not okay. So it's just that it's not spider climb.
No,
okay,
no,
makes sense.
So you'll have to basically you still can't climb a marble wall.
Yeah, but you can. But you can climb other things.
I mean, to be fair, like Tsururu's mansion is pretty big on various pillars and statues, so you should not have trouble with that, and I guess the potion will help simply by giving you advantage.
Okay, I detracted that money. Okay. And I don't think we want to buy healing potions, right, guys? I think
don't
we
think we
still
do.
we still have healing potions, the ones that Melora made and we never really used.
I think so.
So that's all, I presume. Yeah, that's all.
Right.
And since he said there's no one who sells scroll in this town.
Yeah.
We could open up a scroll shop, guys. It's a real niche market.
But then again, like if nobody's selling scrolls, it means most likely nobody's buying scrolls.
They just don't know they want to buy scrolls yet.
Sure, as soon as we have 1 year of downtime, that's gonna be your mission.
Oh, it sounds awful. That's not. Oh, I made it the wrong way around. Okay. Yeah, in that case, is it time to craft a second disguise? When we're back at the inn? For Melora to go scouting?
Oh yeah.
Or she could just be a cat, I suppose, but...
Whatever you guys like me to do.
Whatever you're more comfortable with.
I don't think I could talk as a cat, so I don't know.
What would you need to talk for?
I would. Well, I don't know. Sorry, I can't.
Why
think right.
even a cat? You can fly now.
True.
And I promise you, with staying so many in the cities, you know how to turn into a pigeon or into a sparrow. This is definitely not a question. Or
And she
whatever
has
the
like
bird
so
is.
many hours with it. It's like the best
Yeah.
option possible. I mean, this guy sucks in comparison to that.
Or yeah, that bird, the titmouse. That one is also quite common in cities.
So I think Melora is just gonna look for a location that Ysera and Pip could use. Makes the most sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're becoming a bird, right?
Yep.
Right. Are you trying in any way to be a stealthy bird, or just a bird?
Stealthy.
They might be on alert after the first thing. Sorry.
Yes, I guess stealthy bird.
All right. Well, I don't think the book has stats for such birds. I also don't think birds have very high dexterity.
Really?
Doesn't the hawk use dexterity for it? Is that
Hawk is, I mean, if she turns into hawk, it's a hawk.
No.
There's
I
quite a
mean in the
difference.
sense of just like as an example for probably they use.
I am not giving hawk dexterity to a pigeon.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant just that because it uses dex for its attacks, it's probably like generally for birds that they have decent dex, but
Depends on the
idea.
bird. That's what I'm saying.
Let's see what kind of bird stats we have.
Yeah, but the problem is it's also got to be something I've seen before too. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Birds have good dex. On average, they have a 13. Like a shitty owl has 13 dex. And the raven has
Okay.
14 dex.
Which bird are you turning into?
I guess a raven.
Right, a raven actually exists, so we don't even have to argue. Okay, dex +2. No
Why
stealth
is a
check.
raven like a writing desk?
What? Jen?
It's the Alice in Wonderland quote. I'm sorry.
Okay. I didn't even understand it acoustically. But
Alright.
I'm sure Salan is
Wait.
enjoying this.
Did you say why is a raven like a writing desk?
I did.
I heard that from the last unicorn movie.
Stole it from Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
Yeah, what is black and spreads death everywhere and whatever. Roll me a stealth check for a raven with basically d20 plus 2.
Right.
Alright. And roll me also a perception check, I suppose. And I guess you keep your stats, right?
I
Yeah,
think
for
so.
all those things, mental stats.
So roll me Melora's perception check. That doesn't tell you what you find. Okay, and your minimum is 19. Jeez. Alright. So, to be fair, there are not many places that have direct line of sight from office windows to somewhere else. Honestly, the only places you can see office window from is either the street next to the mansion, which is, it's not highly populated, but it's pretty much open, so if you're gonna stick there for a while, it will be noticed, especially if somebody's on the roof. And from the roof of the building to the left of the mansion, which is not 2 stories, it's 3 stories, so it's like a story, half a story higher, you can see from the roof of that window into the office. That's about it. You could try and like get behind the mansion, between the mansion and the cliff face, but that will be you getting literally on the territory, onto the space of the mansion, and I guess that there will be even higher chance of facing a patrol of guards.
Mm. I don't think I want to risk it. I think the roof of the building should be a good point. So I'm gonna fly back to my friends.
What are you telling us?
I tell you exactly that I tell you both places about the street, how it's not populated, but you could be easily spotted if somebody were to come out, and the roof of the building seems like it's got the best vantage point.
Yeah, but isn't that another expensive building that we would have to get on top of with possible guards and some rich person lives in there and that kind of fun?
Mm.
Well, that one
Possibly,
looks
yeah.
more like a bank, so
But
yes,
that's
guards,
even
no
worse.
rich person.
It's even worse.
What, banks have good security? What are you talking about?
Haven't you seen heist movies? They're completely incompetent.
Have you
Well, out
ever
of
played
character.
Payday? Come on.
Out of character, I thought we could maybe talk our way onto that roof, but if it's a bank, there's like even less of
Seb
a chance.
looks like a bank,
Yeah,
it's
no
not that
way.
it is a bank.
But otherwise, we can certainly try and talk our way up there, right? Doesn't hurt
We'll
to
see.
try
I don't see why we couldn't.
in a disguise.
You love disguises.
Hmm?
You like disguises.
I do, now that I can actually use them for something. Or out of character, I do. I don't like them in character, but out of character, they're fun. Oh. I think we need to find out whatever that other building is, and who or what lives inside. And because it's I think we have to try that one first. Otherwise, we simply have no other way than to try somewhere along the street as far out of sight of the, or as far away as we can get. But we can simply only try that. So let's try and see what's on. Who lives in that building first?
Mm-hmm. I mean, truthfully, worst case scenario too with the street, we could have somebody be invisible; they wouldn't even be noticed.
The problem is more with the portal that'll spring into existence.
True.
The portal is invisible from one side.
What?
I believe the arcane gate is invisible from one side and only visible from the other side.
Are you tricking me?
No, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. The portals are two-dimensional glowing rings filled with mist hovering inches from the ground and perpendicular to it.
Only from one
The
side.
ring is visible only from one side, your choice. So I mean, like
So
if somebody is
just
watching
blocked.
you, if somebody is watching you and like see you disappear in the middle of the street, they're gonna like, what the fuck? But they won't see the glowing green.
Unless they are approaching from the other side.
Yeah.
This is actually amazing.
Yeah. Read your spells, dudes.
We don't even need that roof.
Mm.
I mean,
I
it could
mean-
help in case we want to keep the spell up for 10 minutes. That's probably
Is
the
that the if and you know the guards on the roof of the mansion, if they're watching the side street, if they see you casting a spell down there, they may not know what happened, but they will see it happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, they fucking hate spells here.
Okay. Okay, can we go and try and find out who lives up there?
Do
But,
you go there in disguise or?
Yeah, here's the issue. I have one more spell left to look like a rich person, but that's only a scroll.
We could have Melora in her disguise go up to the door of the place and just knock on it and ask for directions somewhere.
You're gonna be so mad at me.
Hmm?
No, nothing.
Okay. Sure, this will be fun. Can I... So what would you like to be disguised as, Melora?
I have no idea. I guess we could do the noble. I don't know.
Okay, we'll try and make a rich lady out of you. Let's see how this
With
disguise...
what costume?
Yay!
I bought like 5 of them.
Yeah, you bought common clothes.
Mhm.
You can make her an ordinary, I don't know, city lady. She won't look rich, but
Doesn't she still have very nice clothes
she
I
does.
still
But she
have that
almost-
gown, yeah.
that she almost never wears?
She
And I'll
sure
just-
does.
And I'll just add the other shit, which is
I'm
makeup
sure
and-
artists has
I
some
have
nice
to warn
clothes.
you, those other clothes, as far as I remember, look more like clothes that go to a ball compared to.
Maybe she's looking for a ball. It's sticking
What about-
No.
Wait, what about the one that she got from Traeger's mom?
Oh, they're nice, but I believe they're not. They're definitely not rich looking.
I mean,
Mm.
fancy clothes are only like 15 gold.
It's... There were 2 sets of clothes. No, there was something gifted to you by the king, and there was
Yes.
something you bought previously in the shop.
Mhm. Yes, both of those.
So I don't remember how the ones you bought in the shop looked like. How
They were
impressive
green.
that was. I remember green. I don't remember how like expensive they looked like.
buy
Um,
them premise of
Go on.
going to meet the king.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were expensive looking, yes, because they, I think we spent
I can find the picture.
like 50 per person,
Yeah, something like that.
No, I
And,
think mine was 100.
or maybe some even that. And those are some expensive ass clothes.
Let me
The
see if I can
cold
find it.
comes
There it
down
is.
the closest. Jeez. You
Not
know-
even sorry.
Next campaign I'm gonna run in the elemental plane of wardrobe.
Excellent.
And you're gonna fight dress elementals.
Sounds good. I'm sure they'll be very fancily dressed.
Giant armoires like the one in Beauty and the Beast that talks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it. I think, yeah, it's too fancy.
Oh,
It's super fancy.
it's super fancy, yeah. But to be fair, like a half elf, you could pass for like a spellcaster, like a wizard lady, or I don't know, the wife of an exchanged person.
We're using it, and I'm just gonna try and obscure her other parts, basically, or change them with makeup and whatever color and whatever. the
This
set
is
contains.
definitely dexterity.
Mother bitch.
You're doing makeup.
Okay. I'm switching to dexterity. Rip +1. It went well.
Alright.
There you go.
I wouldn't say that you did 100% good job of properly accenting Velour's face, but for your second time, this will do. This will do.
This is not. I'm proficient with this. I know how to do this. I just haven't done it in a long time.
Yes. Yes. You had a very interesting childhood. Alright, so Velour is dressed like some rich, most likely out of town lady, or visitor lady. So what's your plan, Velour? What are you doing?
Well, before I leave first, I want to ask him, so what kind of a place am I going to tell this person I'm looking for? Because I don't know anything about the city.
Hang on, I got this. Oh crap! No, you sent it to me in Google, didn't you?
Most likely, yeah. If you're looking for the file.
Yeah. Hang on. Ah, there it is.
Problem is, Laura's gonna have to lie. She's
But
not-
she honestly doesn't know where this is.
You know,
but-
I just thought about something. Why would a, like, rich-looking lady be walking by herself? Shouldn't she have an escort?
You can say you're meeting a friend,
Okay.
or you got distracted and lost sight of them and are just trying to find.
I'm sure there's like a nice dinner place there, and she's visiting someone in town.
Hello?
And hello.
Oh, you can hear me now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Never
you're
mind.
you're gonna ask about the glorious purple.
Hmm.
You're gonna ask where the glorious purple is. It is a restaurant that has been around for more than a century and a half,
Can we go there sometime too?
I forgot
and
about it.
was started by a chef prodigy. And you've been told it's amazing, that it changed food in Nebo.
How dare you not mention the title of the chef?
The kitchen sorcerer.
We're going there. I'm writing it down right now before we're leaving this place.
The Glorious Purple, a dining establishment with old traditions that offers the best of dishes from the best of chefs. Originally opened more than a century and a half ago by a chef prodigy, quote, kitchen sorcerer, end quote, it has opened a path for Nebo's gourmet diners.
We're definitely going there.
So
I did spend some time writing all of these bullshit descriptions, so
yeah, you want to ask for the Glorious Purple, and if they mention anything about it, you can just say that you heard from your friend that lives in town that it's been around for a long time and apparently changed the face of food in Nebo, and you can't wait to try some amazing food by the kitchen sorcerer. No, don't say that. Don't say
He's
that
probably
because
dead.
he's probably dead. But you can't wait to try some amazing food. and you really don't know where that is, so it's fine. And your friend really did tell you about it. I'm telling you about it now.
I don't think you're getting around that deception.
No, we're not.
This is not what I'm laughing about, but I'll laugh about it later. All right.
He's laughing at how much of a fool I'm gonna make myself because I can't act for shit.
Are you
Can
ready?
I look at the building and know that it's not the fucking glorious purple? Dan,
So, say again.
can I look at the building and know it's not the glorious purple?
You walked around it a couple times. It is not the glorious purple now.
Okay, cool. We're
Glorious
good then.
purple does not look like a bank.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I was making sure because that would have been fucking hilarious if she walked in and was like, "Where's the glorious purple?"
Does
Oh,
she
you're-
recognize the place as being close to it?
Yeah, is glorious purple nearby? Because I would know where it is. I'm assuming.
It's actually, let's see. Spot. I mean, everything is relatively close in the upper ring, but you'll still have to walk like half a kilometer away from it.
That's fine. Yeah, just tell him that you lost sight of your friend.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I don't know. You were supposed to meet the glorious purple, and you got lost. Like that's just. Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Knowing me, everything.
All right.
Worst case, you turn the corner, you turn into a bird, and it'll all be fine.
That's true, actually. If everything goes tits up, we should all meet back at the inn.
You
Back
dressed
over.
up
Okay.
Melora. You did her makeup. You gave her the cover story. Now, Melora, I want to hear from you. What are you doing? Everybody else, shut up.
God damn it. I hate being focused on. She's gonna walk up to the door and politely knock.
Right.
Not like loud.
You can't knock on the doors because the doors are open and
Oh.
there are people walking in and out of them, and there's quite a lot of noise coming from the inside.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay,
As you
I'm
walk
just
to
gonna
the
walk in.
doors, you see a plaque, marble plaque next to it that says Nebo Stock Exchange.
I have to ask, what is a stock exchange?
You walked up to the fucking World Trade Center
From Wall
before it
Street.
got blowed up.
You walked up to Wall Street.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I don't want to go to hell.
Why not join us? No, don't. Dan is streaming this. Don't do it.
I'm
Okay.
not, by the way. Not anymore, just recording.
All right. I'm gonna look and see if there's like, I guess, somebody that's available that might be able to help me.
There is, well, not a guard, but like a porter kind of person, like uniform with a cap and in a livery, basically, person next to the doors.
Okay, I will walk up to him and say, "Excuse me, sir."
Yes, good day, madam.
Yes, hi. I'm really sorry to be a bother. I was hoping you might be able to help me, please. I'm a little lost.
Of course, of course.
Do you happen to know where a restaurant is? Oh, goodness, what was the name that she gave me? The Glorious Purple is by any chance?
Of course, ma'am. Like walks down a couple stairs. You need to walk out 400 meters that way, westwards. You really won't miss it. It's purple.
Well, that makes sense. And she giggles. May I ask you something else? Have you ever been there?
Oh no, ma'am. Sorry, that's out of my budget.
Oh, I see. I was just excited because my friend said it was amazing. But I thank you so much for all the help.
It's no problem at all. It's been a pleasure.
And it has. Thanks again. And she waves to him and confidently walks out. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Ciao, girl.
Okay, I go back to my friends, tell them what I've seen.
Do I know what
what?
this is now? Do I know what this is now, Dan?
It is Nebo Stock Exchange.
Can you
Would I
explain,
know
Pip?
about the
Okay, so basically, people come here to buy and sell goods in large quantities, or to sell pieces of business to for when one. Jesus Christ! When one generates more of a profit, then more profit is shelled out to a lot of people that own a share in these different companies, and this is where you buy and sell different pieces of the company.
Makes literally 0 sense.
Yeah, well,
Which
welcome to Nebo.
actually, if you remember, that Ceruleus officially owns the 10 Seas Logistics, basically transportation company. This is a place he should visit very often.
So, other question apart from what the fuck that is, how do we? Is there a way to talk our way up if a lot of people visit it? Maybe we can still
Well-
find a way onto the roof.
Well, the good news is a place like this is going to close at night, so and probably won't have too much security. A lot of the, secure information that comes through here is actually not kept in this building. This is just where the trading actually happens.
Melara, from when you were a bird, did you see a way, like, was there a door that led onto the roof? Because if it's just a closed roof, then going through the inside doesn't do anything anyway.
Shit, I didn't get to write that down.
Done.
Well, with that passive perception, you would have seen roof access. There's not much space on the roof. It's not flat roof like Ceruleus mentioned. It's that kind of roof. But, well, I mean, you're not gonna dance on it. And it is a big place, so it's not like this. It's more like this.
Okay.
Well,
Come on, guys.
I think
We
it's
need to
time
have
for.
the rooftop chase scene.
I think it's time for everyone to get out their fancy clothes, and we'll have to find out how we put them over your armor. But I think
You don't.
we don't. What if we buy some nice robes that go over the armor?
Cloak, tabards,
Cloak.
sure.
Sure.
We could maybe put the armor inside Ralph and bring him in. Just tell him to stay still and act as a normal chest.
Will normal chest that just stands around will also catch some attention, and even more so if he moves, right?
Well, no, I mean if one of us carries him, or like we put him on. Well,
How big
I don't
is
know what those things are called. Stretchers.
Isn't he fucking large? Heavy?
It is like this.
Oh, that's manageable.
No. Like this. I want to say.
That's
Like a meter,
manageable
about a
for.
meter wide.
That's manageable for Trigo. Yeah, maybe we can hide the armors in him, get to the roof, put it on, and start the operation.
Yeah, I think we could do that. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Oh, this is amazing.
Which part?
The part where we're gonna try and talk our way up a fucking stock exchange to land on that roof.
How did we end here? How did we end here?
Okay, so
Oh,
do you guys still have rich clothes that don't look like you are part of the kingdom of Aldana, right? Or actually, maybe that's a great idea. What if we act like I'm some noble kid from some noble family in Aldana, and we are looking to invest in things in Nebo, and we try and get up there?
You said we had common clothing, didn't we?
I bought a couple of things that we could use for that. Yes, but like a couple of you could wear your Aldana uniforms, and the ladies could wear their nice stuff, and then maybe we'll talk our way up there. And then we just need to have like 1 second where no one's looking to get onto that roof or something.
It's not a bad idea.
Question: would there be something such as like roof repair people?
There's no way we're getting that one.
Okay.
Or actually.
I'm sure there are workmen and stuff like that, but I think that stuff like that will also work only in movies, because it's like, hey, we can repair your roof. We don't need our roof repairs. No, we totally can't repair your roof. No, that's. I mean, people can't pull it off with suggestion, but
When it's for the next day anyway, and we're doing the heist in the middle of the day anyway, right? We have to. Or when was he gonna be gone? The evening.
Reception is in the evening.
Okay,
So there's like,
but
there will still be time when there's sun if you want to do it not at night, but it's the kind of reception that he most likely will be gone at least until 11, maybe even later.
Until when is the stock exchange open?
That's a good question.
Crazy midnight deals?
No,
Well, technically, stock exchanges actually don't close.
Yeah, but that's with the
no,
speed
they
that we
do.
have today.
They actually do.
Actually, right, Wall Street
They
was
usually
closed.
open early, like 8 or 9, but they also close.
I think at
What
midnight.
internet tells me the latest is 5.
Well, my friend works in the stock exchange and it doesn't close, but maybe that's just.
Or maybe it's
It's-
just because of the
They
international
maybe
aspect
don't
where there's
close.
always something open. But
Maybe
just
that's- Look, I'm talking about basically like trading hours. So
as long as they are open until like 5, we should be good. Or like 5 or 6, and I think they probably are. I think we can do that. Especially since it's late October, there's not going to be that much sunlight.
mhm.
This is a fun idea.
No, I don't know where a friend works, but
Well, what you have is basically for individual like places, but what I think maybe the other idea is that you can probably, because of time difference, there's always
look,
something.
just
open.
medieval times. This is the first stock exchange ever, and we're bullshitting our way through it. So I say it closes at 5.
Motherfucker. Okay, we can do this. Okay, that's a plan for the next day, though.
It's funny that we're arguing about what time the fucking stuck closes.
Look, this is D&D. This is what you argue about. Not about what kind of AC that stupid monster has. That's for rookies.
We talk business.
We talk closes and stock exchange times and bird dexterity.
Bird dexterity, yes.
And I tell you, pigeons are not very flexible birds.
They're clumsy, I think.
Yeah.
At the speed I've seen one move out of the way of a car, I actually disagree.
I don't know. I clunked a couple when I used to work at Bank of America coming home.
Okay.
I didn't kill him. My car just ran him over and knocked him on the head. I'm dead serious. The thing was rolling around in the street and then it got up and flew away.
You just crippled it for life, probably.
Accurate.
I'm pretty sure that's because it was not a pigeon. It was a wild-shaped druid with a lot more hit points.
Might be it. Okay, let's talk our way onto a fucking. But it's for the next day anyway, right? So.
Yes.
Is there? We don't think we have anything else left to do from here.
You know what? I may have to shapeshift or something before we go in, because if anybody noticed me if I go in looking the same, looking like something completely different? I mean, I guess we could say I have a twin.
Hmm.
I don't.
Just-
Did you speak to many people?
No,
Wait,
just the
no.
guard.
Arliss could have been your friend.
Oh, yeah.
Or me.
I really think that even if you talk to a single person who works there, and then you come with different friends the next day who are maybe also from out of town, why would he give a fuck? Why
Yeah,
would
true.
he
Fine.
care for you being in there and sort of see it as a devious plot to get onto
Well, I
the
mean,
roof?
Is it a
Makes
different
no
station?
sense.
Like this different social station? What we're dressing up as, or no?
No, I think it'll be rather similar for you.
Okay.
You just need to buy something nice and pink for Pip.
What was it?
Get the fuck out.
240 face palms in 115 episodes. I wonder if I can break that. record.
Oh, this is gonna be glorious.
The only reason I don't face palms that often is because I have glasses.
Fair. Oh,
Like this elaborate plan to find out who lives there. Stock exchange.
what if it was something different then? Better to come prepared. Also, it's fun to come prepared.
Yeah. Okay.
What other options do we have? Wait, how tall is that building?
That building
Approximately?
is not slightly, but somewhat taller than the mansion.
So, in feet, that would be like...
Alright. The mansion is 18, 30. The mansion is about 40 feet, well, more like
Okay, never
35
mind.
feet to the roof, and then the roof.
Mhm.
So that building is like 40, 45 feet tall. And then
Okay.
there's the roof.
Okay.
Like the
And
mansion
this is
itself
the-
has very tall first floor, like ballroom
How
ceilings.
how tall is, or how far away is one roof from the other? Like just the street in between? How wide is that street?
That street is about, I want to say, the street itself is like 30 feet wide, but then
Okay.
there's like at least 15, 20 feet of garden
Okay.
on the mansion.
Okay.
So it's
No.
possible.
No, it's not.
Well, not Misty Step, no.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's also
like-
not possible to jump that, so
No. Like rappelling or dimension door might work.
dimension door certainly works.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is fucking upper ring. They don't build building close. They paid for this.
Okay. Um Do we need to take care of anything else for tomorrow? Anyone have any ideas?
That's it.
Do you? I think you still have the appropriate expensive looking clothes, right, Pip, as well?
Yeah.
Then just some makeup on top for all of us. And I think that sounds like a fair enough plan to get on that roof.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't got a plan, but sure.
Well, we'll just try and talk our way as far up as we can go, some
Right.
time alone, and try and disappear. We don't know
Right.
shit about that place, but we'll certainly try.
Right.
We could go in pose. I mean, we plan on going posing as buyers. We could ask if we could get a tour, because we'd heard of the amazing success of this place, and you wanted to see it for coming from another country, having a lot of money.
Actually, Pip,
Fucking Persian prince.
Could you maybe use the rest of the day to get to maybe see if you can find out some information about what goes on in there, so I don't completely talk out of context?
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think of how.
There's more than one like library.
Yeah, we have access to the library now, right?
No. Why would you?
I thought we had access to that
The Grand
section.
Archives?
Yeah.
No.
Is there another library in the city?
Did people go to church? Temple? I'll take that as a no.
I'm honestly thinking, because before the dagger, she probably would have had a passing.
There definitely would not be a temple of elven babies, just because there are no elves here.
No, she's a gnome, though.
True. Also true, yeah.
Like, she wouldn't have gone to the elven ones anyway. She might have gone to the gnome one, like, maybe every winter holiday, just almost for nostalgia purposes. But more than that, no, she wouldn't have
Well,
worshipped.
roll me a religion check.
Great.
Which I believe is also intelligence, which is good. Right. There is the Temple of Ion.
I mean, wouldn't I know from my researcher perk? I used to live here.
Oh, right, you have that. Yeah, okay. Right, so the Grand Archives, then there's the Temple of Ion. Their library is a lot less practical, let's call it that way. So you assume they won't have this kind of information about stock exchange in there. I'm gonna say, if you wanted to learn about how it works, your best bet would have been either to catch and annoy somebody from the stock exchange, or catch and annoy somebody in the upper rink, like administration building.
I can catch and annoy somebody from the stock exchange.
Say again?
I can try to catch and annoy somebody from the stock exchange after I take a rest.
What exactly? You don't need to use. Don't use magic on people. Also, what's that sound?
I'm just doing fireworks.
Is that for by you?
Well, like a kilometer away from me, but yeah.
Okay, super loud. Well, there's more than one of us who can talk to some people to try and find some shit out. Time to make some boring friends.
Time to make some boring friends. Oh god, is this where I mentioned that my uncle's in the stock exchange and you should feel bad?
No.
And that I actually have a friend that works
Yeah,
in the
you
stock
mentioned-
exchange.
How is the kind of nice people that care about that?
That's fair.
Oh, that was perfectly in character, so.
That was freaking hilarious.
I mean, I think Mark's job is freaking boring, but
Yours
I have the
probably
same-
too.
I have
yeah.
the same job as Mark, and I promise it is very boring.
Yes.
Except
Yeah,
mine's for a
Mark
smaller
disagrees.
Mine's pretty good. I
Okay,
work for a fun company.
Okay.
company. You do.
Can I go out and annoy people that are coming out of the stock exchange? And by annoy, I mean try and talk very pleasantly to them and tell some fake shit about who I am and where I come from. And I'm just currently interested in this place, and
If you tell me what you plan to tell them, then yes, this just might work.
I come from a rich merchant family that does.
What are you wearing currently? What are you wearing currently?
Well, the very rich looking, a little pompous looking clothing. I say,
Which one?
fair point.
The kimono one, or
Yeah, the problem with the kimono is it's a little. We'll just.
It looks
do...
foreign. It looks foreign. There are no kimonos here.
Yeah, the problem is it's right next to some certain place, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
oh no, they're trying to buy the stock exchange, so they can live next to me.
That's a strategy they hadn't thought of yet.
Then they're gonna plant my neighbor is a bad person sign on their lawn. Oh no.
I think I'll put on, basically, I want to put on a costume, the same one that I'll be using tomorrow. And I want to use the Aldana brown and gold, worth 50 GP.
Right.
And the rest of what I do is just sort of, you know, hide the scar, make the hair look nice, all that kind of fun stuff that I know nothing about.
Do you put on shoes on high soles?
Probably. And I'm using the disguise kit for this as well, I presume.
Sure.
Or just to make it look different.
Make yourself look a little older.
Worst case, I look like a person who has shit person for makeup. Nope.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I roll really well on those disguises. Okay, can I go and annoy some people?
Sure.
From a very rich merchant family in Aldana.
And you want to do what?
I'm basically on a break here. I'm making a vacation in Nebo, and I'm sort of interested in what this new system they have going here, and would like to know more about it to maybe see if my father would be interested in it. That kind of deal. That's what I'm telling them.
Right.
Interested in investing in it, not in copying it.
Yes. And investing in the one that exists here. I'm talking to people who are using the stock exchange, not like the person who works here. Or that's what I'm trying.
Well, you roll me, I guess. Sure, roll me deception check. Give me a 30 or something. Okay,
Nope.
23 will do. So actually, interestingly enough, well, like half of what we're talking about before you approached them was pretty damn boring. Like prices of seafood and grain. There were a couple of interesting parts like that the price of like with iron and copper and stuff like that in Aldana is going down because Iron Forge has reopened and Thunderin has increased production. But also they're talking very excitedly about Dracor and its increased price.
And here.
Yep.
Okay.
As you start talking about the family you wanting to invest, they do seem to be quite interested in that, but you figure out pretty quickly that they are not rich people themselves. They're basically like clerk workers that work for different companies.
Mm-hmm.
So they are very glad to give you advice, like where to invest and what to buy, etc., etc., etc. They're trying to make friends in high places,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not quite the kind of people you want to go to if you want to get into the building, or more like into.
No. Mostly what I was looking for here was like information on how this whole thing works, so I don't look
Oh,
like a fish out of water when I try to talk to servant staff tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry. Well, there's trading floor. Since this is still medieval times, there are usually chalk maintained boards with prices for various commodities per unit. For I guess like, well, depends on goods. And people buy and sell.
Mm-hmm. And I'll certainly ask them if this all just takes place on the first floor, or if the other floors are for different stuff, or
First
how this all
floor
looks
is
like.
public, as in the giant floor where people just shout at each other, the stuff that we see on TV screen. Second floor, like private rooms. Basically, if someone's doing a super big deal or prepare documents and negotiate, you're taken to the private room, and like a clerk is assigned to you. Third floor are offices. So like stock exchange stuff.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'll thank them for their time, and see they'll be probably returning tomorrow with
What
more
family name
people.
was it again?
1 second.
Yes, feel the pain.
No, I don't want to drop Lord Edge here. That's a bad idea. I'll just look for something else.
Edgelord.
Not Edge Lord, Lord Edge.
Nah.
Let's see what this can drop in here. Where are the Germanic names? Fuck.
Okay, the fuck family, got it.
No.
Fuck family.
Mr. Fuck.
No, the fuck family, right?
The Fockers.
Huh? No, like the airplane, fuck you wolves.
Yeah, exactly. Why is there no fucking good names that jump out immediately? Actually, we'll go with fucked. With a T, sorry. Written like this.
Alright,
Fuck.
sure. Fuck. Alright.
It's an actual German name.
Excuse me?
So happy.
What family?
Are you trying to insult my family name? It's a very common name in Aldana, actually.
Oh, no, sir. Just didn't hear it properly.
Okay.
Alright, leaving.
I'm leaving.
I think this family is fucked. I think your whole plan is fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked. So when I return to the inn, you're gonna
Looking
sit down.
pretty fucked.
Looking pretty fucked. I think it'll be very hard to get onto that roof, actually. We'll have to basically maybe if we convince one employee and knock him out on the way up or something like that, but that's not a good idea. Because the first floor is the normal business, second floor is for important business, which we might somehow be able to talk our way into. And the third one is just offices only, so we'd need to get somehow up into the offices past them to get onto the roof, and I have no idea how we would do that. Or well, we can certainly try, but I'm not sure it's the greatest of plans. We can always say we got lost in the building if we get caught on the third floor. Or something like it. It's still a better plan than doing it in the street, though, I think, so... I just don't know what... Anyone have any idea? How would we get... what story would need for them to lead us into the offices?
I mean, you could ask for a tour of the place, since you have a bunch of money and you're interested. You could offer to pay them, too. We have enough money to pay them.
You mean
Or their
like bribe
time.
someone?
Not bribe, but pay them for a tour of the place.
But maybe bribing is a good idea.
Or bribing.
Maybe if,
Like, yeah, that's also...
maybe if Melora can spot someone weak of character, we could.
Define weak of character.
Someone who desperately needs some money and works there.
I guess.
Or something like it. Anyway, we can certainly try the tour first, and if the tour doesn't work, we'll just have to try and get the most gullible person we can find, and then we can try to maybe bribe him if that doesn't work. Also, we could probably just, I mean, these are employees. Wouldn't it be nice to knock someone out? But I'm sure Tregor Salan could.
Yeah, honestly, I thought of that, too.
In a moment where we're alone in the offices.
Yep. I can do that.
If you guys are morally okay with that, I'm down for that plan.
Well, I can just cast a spell on
Like what?
like whole person.
How long does that last?
A while.
Isn't it less obvious if we just, I don't know, knock him over the head with Ralph? And then he'll
Just
be...
pick up a giant chest and just fling it at someone's head.
Knock him out / kill him.
No. Trego is will already be carrying it. Him, sorry. Or what do you want him to call him? It? Melora? Anyway.
Oh, no, I was making a comment about throwing him, saying yeet. Some kind of meme. Never mind, I fail.
I don't know the meme, I'm sorry.
Let's see if I can find a picture.
Then maybe we can take him with us onto the roof. I'm sure he'll be out for at least like a couple of hours, right? So
We'll have to all be disguised so that we don't get reported later.
yeah.
You know, I can alter self, so I'm not, or disguise self, so I'm not worried about that. But some of us are very obvious, kind of do like a side.
I'm not as obvious, but I just wear different clothes. They're perfectly fine.
I kind of look slowly over at Salon.
Who's slowly looking over at Arliss?
At least I'm not blue.
Buddha.
Yeah, but might be an option. See if we can knock someone out on that tour he's giving us.
I think it's the best option.
Dan's just shaking his head. Fuck.
I just have this giant, oh boy.
I mean, we're gonna try to bribe him first.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like giant balanced scales with your alignment on it, and it's slowly tipping to chaotic. To very chaotic. Alright.
I'm fine with that.
So I think we have a plan.
In the style of the Walked family. You have
Yeah.
a wonderful plan.
In the style of the fucked family, we have a fucking great plan. A fucked and great plan, actually.
Right. Would you like to actually attempt to implement it today?
How much are we? 1 second. How much makes for a good bribe?
You should know.
I have
Cyrus.
I have no idea. I've never had the
Yeah,
money to
you're
bribe anyone.
Street savvy.
I've never had the
Um,
money to bribe anyone.
Are you taking in character or out of character?
Currently in, but if you
Yeah.
someone knows and you want to inform them about it, that would be fine.
So let's see. Let's talk salaries. A rather skilled person in Aldana would be earning somewhere around 3 gold a day, but that's like rather individuals with expertise.
So you're saying we drop 50 gold, this dude is gonna probably accept? It sounds like a lot of money for someone that's
If you
not.
find an ordinary clerk and you literally ask just for a tour of the place, yes. That's like a couple months salary for them.
Yeah, but that's just a tour. That's not him letting us onto the roof.
Well,
Maybe we can expand the bribe afterwards. Maybe we can first just give him a couple of gold to give us a tour of the place, maybe. Like 5 to 10, that's already... No?
that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, depends on who you find. Like, if you find just a random clerk, that's a lot. If you are trying to talk to, I don't know, the manager of the place, that's a different question.
Yeah, he earns a lot more. So let's... Okay.
You guys are filthy rich compared to normal people.
Yes, we're aware.
Mhm.
I think we're going to sleep.
Mhm.
Or I don't know what else we can do. But unfortunately, there's no way to in-character talk about dreams, so... No.
Hey guys, I had a dream last night. It was weird.
Alright, do you guys also have strange dreams?
That easy, artist. That easy.
Well, you didn't have any weird dreams, so... Let's just, let's see if I regain my spell slots here. Or if he even casts it at us again. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's feeling generous.
So, you guys go to sleep. Watches.
Yes, the usual.
Everyone in the same room? Or
Yes.
separate? No.
Well, we were doing separate before, so we're doing separate still, right? 2 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
3 and 2.
I would like Melora and Salon to make a wisdom saving throw.
Who the fuck is stupid enough to target those two?
Well, they can certainly try.
Yeah, they can.
Well, I expected this, but that's me. Alright. So, the both of you have pretty much the same dream. You standing amongst broken, bloodied bodies of your friends. And that's when you wake up because you passed the same. So
Are you telling me I'm getting spells?
everybody else gets, well, everybody gets a long rest because everybody passed or didn't have to pass.
Feels fucking good. I was really worried about this.
So, it is the 28th of October.
Can I take basically the entire day to carefully work on the disguises for everyone, since we only will be using them until the afternoon, maybe get advantage on the checks?
Sure.
Yes?
Yes.
Excellent.
You're still using dexterity.
Well, I guess so. So what we're doing Pip and Melora as rich
don't need
women. You
I don't need one. I have disguise self.
It's better to have both. Doesn't hurt.
Alright.
Right? You can still disguise self over it, and then if it drops, you're still disguised. Why not?
All right.
Double disguise.
Like people
Just
walk.
trying to help you out, man.
People walk through security, and they're like, "You have magic on yourself. Drop it." People drops magic, and there's like geisha makeup, white with big red cheeks. It's just like,
Actually, yeah, okay, alright, I'm only doing makeup, I'm not doing anything else. Can I try and hide Salan's skin color?
yes, but that's gonna be a high DC check, and you'll have to pay a couple extra gold to refresh your pink makeup. Because it's a lot of makeup, but you can.
Yeah.
I believe it's called
Right.
foundation.
Sure.
I wouldn't know. First, let's do Trago as one of the servants. He doesn't need a lot, he just needs to look different, right? At advantage. Oh, that's bad. He's wearing some bad makeup. Pip. To look like a rich person and different. Okay, it's coming back to haunt me now.
Well then.
It's good you have this guy self.
So
I guess.
yes, the white with the red cheeks. Okay, next.
Fuck off. Okay, yeah.
Karma.
Melora.
Alright.
Oh my god, rolls. What the fuck? I haven't rolled above a 10.
I can't wait to see mine.
Okay. Here
Please.
comes Salan.
Natural one.
22.
Oh my god! Tell me he's like pale pink pastel.
Actually, like, let's admit it. Melora's and Pipip's makeup looks, well, I wouldn't call it awful, but it's way too gaudy.
Looks like a child on it.
No, it's more like the balance is wrong, like the
Maybe this rich kid has poor taste in women.
the like the mascara is
Wow.
too bright and there's too much white. So it's, to be fair, it's kind of like like ladies like to do themselves up in the medieval times, with the white hair and the bleached skin. So I guess it's
Absolutely.
appropriate, but like you just gotten a lot uglier compared to your usual selves.
Yeah, but they look different.
Yes,
whole goal.
nobody will recognize Melora, not with this kind of makeup on.
Excellent, and then for myself.
Treg is, he used to be handsome, not anymore. I'm gonna say for some, he actually managed to hide all of his, at least the blue face. It won't pass very close inspection, and there's a lot. That's a thick layer of makeup, so don't throw water at him. But sure, he looks like
Amazing.
a pale but human.
Wow.
And well, I guess so.
A
This
single
bright,
roll above a 10.
bright red. How do they call it? What you put on your lips?
Lipstick.
Lipstick. Yeah, like on you, on Miller, on people. The same bright red lipstick. So,
Fuck.
mean,
These dice.
let's
Fuck.
look. Let's admit it. When you have money, you're not weird. You're eccentric. so it work.
It's the worst.
Are we going to finish up here, or
No, we still have time, so I mean, do we have time because we started later?
I kind of need to get going?
You come late, you need to get going.
Well, he needs to get going on time, right?
Oh no, I'm already late again.
No, I mean on time in comparison to when we usually stop.
Okay.
We don't
But-
stop. We usually stop at least half an hour later.
Isn't it technically 4 hours?
Yes, but we usually play more than 4 hours.
Yes.
I'd like to play at least as a moment when you cast your gate spell and see if it fails or succeeds.
Yeah, but I think he has to go.
Yeah. That's his
He's already
problem.
late. Well, then we're on day 3.
Yeah. That's his problem.
Or do you not want me to stay around for what you've got to talk about?
Nope.
Okay. Right. Then, if it's okay with everybody, I'm going to go.
It's not, but goodbye.
Have a good one.
Gotta go, you gotta go. No worries.
Don't drop the call if you can. Just for, the layout, basically.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, I can leave the laptop on.
Yeah, you can leave it on mute.
Yeah,
and
just
shit.
you can turn off the camera or just
Mute and whatever. Yeah.
Alright. So, he's not a talker anyway, so let's at least see if the plan succeeds, because I would like to know if Gate works or not. That's the key point. If it doesn't work, you guys have 3 weeks to come up with a new plan.
Excellent. So we're doing the preparations where they're all taking off their armor and putting it inside of
Bag of holding.
Ralph. No, I don't think it fits in the bag of holding. It's a little too wide, maybe, for the
The
entrance.
breastplates will not fit now.
Yeah, we put those in Ralph, basically. For everyone, and then we're in our disguises that are shittily made. Do you use disguise self? Because it's actually important, because we either have to take a short rest up there for your spell slot,
I believe this gets served as an incantation.
Yeah, it's an
Oh.
incantation. I can
Oh,
do
never
it.
mind.
Or invocation.
Whatever.
Never mind in that case. I didn't say shit.
Invocation
gonna-
of incantation!
I'm gonna do disguise self, but it's mostly just to fix what Arla's fucked up.
I think it looked better before.
You
So
would.
it's like 4 badly made up people and then people in proper makeup. Good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it-
Salan
I mean,
has
yeah.
excellent makeup.
Sure.
Just a little much.
Sure.
Okay. And then it closes at 5, is what they said, right?
Yes.
So I think we're coming in at, what do you guys think, 4, 4:30?
Yeah, I would agree. Half
Okay.
past.
And then
Yes.
I would, so we enter, we're looking around. I would like to. So Melora, which one do you think we should target here? Who looks like he's most in need of a break and willing to do something for it?
Perception.
Now this will be insight. But
Alright.
this will be pretty hard check because it's a room with a lot of people shouting and
I assume Salan can't attempt to.
no.
Can I try to while I'm looking?
Yes, you can.
I don't mind.
28. Right.
Jesus.
You see exactly the clerk who's on the verge of saying walked it and just taking a half an hour early break.
I nod to Arliss and point to that guy.
Oh, he looks perfect. Let's give this a try, shall we?
What have we got to lose?
So I'll walk up to him. I'll give him basically the same story I gave the other people yesterday, from a very rich merchant family from Aldana, and just here on a break. But my father might be interested in
Do you
this, and I would like
say
to.
walked family?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to know how this looks like on all levels, how it's designed, basically. And if you would be so kind to give me a tour, I'm sure I could make it worth his while. I'm just gonna flash like 5 gold.
Make me persuasion check and make it an advantage for the gold.
Attracting 5 gold.
So he's trying his best not to show it, but he thinks this is his lucky day, this is his chance. Like if he nabs you for the stock exchange, he's gonna get promoted and everything. This is gonna be awesome. He's like, yes, the Vogt family. Yes, I've heard about it. So many good things. Yes, we would appreciate your business very much. And like he's like, no, there's no need. But if you insist, of course, I'll give you the best of the tours.
Of course.
And I guess you'll have like to spend like 5 minutes of board time while he actually explains what's going on the first floor, which, let's admit, most of you don't really understand. But then he brings you to the second floor and shows you like the rooms and says that, of course, like for somebody as esteemed as a Vogt family, only the best places, no more noise, the best clerics will be with you, and I'll be glad to be one of those clerics if you ever need me. My name is so and so, by the way. And
that's an unusual name, so and so.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
Yes, many people say me, but what can I do? I was born with this name. And basically, on the second floor, he says, well, upstairs are the offices, the managers, the clerks, the archivists, but that's staff only. So this is it for the tour.
That's it for the tour? I thought we were looking at everything since the other parts are also very interesting.
But it won't be right.
Are there still many people working this time of day?
No, but if the floor manager were to see us,
then you can introduce me to
some
him,
trouble.
and he'll know exactly who you pulled, who you made very interested in this place. How about I make it worth your while as well, since you are going an extra step.
What do you do?
There it is.
I'll do 25 gold.
Okay, I don't need you to roll for this. So his eyes go wide like mine did, and he's like, well, I'm sure that for such business as yours, the manager will be glad to know that we went the full lengths to show you the professionalism of this establishment. And there's not much to see at the third floor. It's mostly like, cubicles, archive rooms.
Do we see the way up?
Yes, there is a staircase. It's basically like, you figure out the way up is not visited. It's more like maintenance staircase, or maybe there's some storage place up there, but there is a staircase. Yes, that's this one, this spiral one.
Out of character. So if we pay him here, I don't think that'll fly. Like, we can give him a lot of money and he'll leave us upstairs, but I don't think we'll have plenty of time in here, right? To just chill up there while we wait and put on armor and get ready. So
Are you asking me, or?
I'm asking you and the others. I'm sort of trying to talk out of character about the idea.
You can always pay him enough money so that he'll just leave and don't ask any questions. But considering how long it's gonna take you,
Bonking is better.
Well, more like there's absolutely no way that he'll continue believing your story.
Yeah,
And if somebody asks him questions, well, he won't talk first, but if somebody finds him and asks him questions.
Well, I guess someone is gonna be bonking him in a second. When we are in some place, when we're close to the stairs but sort of unseen, can someone of the other two who is here bonk him? Can Trigo bonk him with Ralph?
Yeah, Trango.
Salan already said he would do it, so that's not taking away from his character. Maybe Tal wouldn't, or Trigo
It's
wouldn't.
+4, right? No.
He has a +4. This dude is unarmored.
Actually, he said he would hold person, but I think bonking is better personally.
Bonking is much better. And 1 +4 is more than the average human has in hit points.
So for starters, I want to see how quietly he manages to do this.
That's a good idea.
Okay. And then he has +4, so 1 to 20 plus actually 8 because everybody is proficient with bonking, which definitely hits an AC of 10. And he hits for 5 points of damage, which I assume he does non-lethal, and since commoners have 4 hit points, down he goes.
We are going up the stairs with dragging him along as fast as we can.
All right.
And as quietly fast mix, you know.
In
the
here,
usual.
I do need everyone to make a stealth check.
Alright.
At least no one's
That's
wearing
without a
armor.
first. Or no, that's
1 second.
Alright.
Oh yeah, nobody's wearing armor. That's good.
Yeah, we don't have disadvantage.
you said stealth, right?
Yes.
Yes, stealth.
That's 1. That's 2. Oh, jeez.
We are in some fucking trouble here. I wish we had used Pass Without a Trace. Fuck.
And what's your roll?
I don't think I could have caught it, cast it without people noticing.
And my roll is... At least I'm proficient, I guess. Do I want to take advantage here? No.
Alright.
Do we carry his failure?
Uh,
Group check? Because it is
He
a lot
really
of
wants
chances.
us to fail.
It's a lot of chances to fail if you don't do group check.
No, that's not what I'm thinking about. Because, well, I know that natural 1 doesn't matter, doesn't mean anything, but it is a big failure. Right, let's go with. If you're up the stairs and at one point Trigger doesn't notice the lead, the hole leading up to the roof, and bonks his head on it and cries out a little bit in frustration. You all freeze for a moment and pass through, close the lid, wait. Okay. Seems nobody noticed you for now.
Okay.
So you're currently basically in the storage place under the roof. A lot of boxes and desks and furniture, and it's somewhat dusty. You see at least several old bird nests under the roof.
Can I tie and gag this poor innocent man?
If you have the rope, yes you can.
I am fairly certain I do.
If you don't, I do.
Or I have 50 feet of silk rope, actually.
Ooh.
Sure, we'll make it comfy.
Would you like to use the amazing chapter in Xanatar's Guide to Everything on tying knots?
That uses sleight of hand, right?
I don't remember.
I think it's sleight of hand versus his. Then his escape check has to beat my sleight of hand or
I think
something.
it's the other way around, like your intelligence. I don't remember. Where is its chapter? Oh, there it is. 78. 78. You make an intelligence sleight of hand check. And
That's
this is-
actually better.
yeah. And they have to do the same basically to untie you or slip
How
out
many
with commission. Say again?
How many do they get to attempt infinitely? It does.
Technically yes, but
Okay, so it'll just be another +1 since it's sleight of hand +1 since sleight of hand uses dex here.
Mhm.
22. Good luck to that dude.
Mm. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, alright.
Because that
Yeah.
one uses it.
No, yeah, I mean, like, since you
Mhm.
usually take, like, average roll when you do, basically take 10 when you do a long check. And considering,
Mhm.
I don't think he has proficiency in acrobatics or sleight of hand.
Yeah, I don't think he's
He'll
getting
be
out of
stuck for a couple hours, most likely.
That sounds fine to me.
Especially with a silk rope.
Okay, let's change into our equipment. I'm also changing into common clothes here.
Do you remove makeup
Yes.
or keep it on
No.
for camouflage?
Keep makeup. Keep
Right.
makeup, but just I'm changing into a set of common clothes we bought. This feels the worst.
Are you planning to start the haste like now, or are you waiting a couple hours until it gets dark?
We are waiting a little bit, I think.
Do you want to do the war paint camouflage?
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So as you wait,
We can also like give him a little bonk again if he wakes early.
yeah, like if you wait more than 2 hours, he's gonna start waking up.
As soon as he does, someone can give him another bonk.
Yeah, I guess he can. I'm not even gonna roll for this. And back to sleep he goes.
Poor dude. He's gonna regret this.
I mean,
Yeah.
At least we're not taking. Actually,
if
so
nothing bad happens, 30 gold.
actually, as he's sort of lying there, I think I'm gonna round that one up. And what do you guys think? What are we dropping? Just for his trouble,
Give him another 10. We have it.
10
And-
gold.
Yeah.
That's so little to get
Why not
bonked
just
over
make
the head.
50
Yeah, let's make
Okay.
it an even 50.
That
or
works.
100?
Yeah. Think about it this way
No.
too. If he reports us, then he has to admit that he was bribed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Like, the
long
question
as
is
we,
like-
keep him satisfied with the money, we should be all right.
Like, why were you even on the third floor again?
Can we write him just a little note for your trouble? Sorry.
Oh, no! Don't leave something behind that somebody can scry on.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count as scry, but this is still evidence.
Yeah.
So I think.
Okay, let's. No, we're doing not.
Alright,
We're not doing
50
it.
gold it is. So you wait enough hours until it gets dark, and actually the question is anybody watching the mansion, or are you staying way out of sight?
I think for right now we're staying way out of sight, and then like when we get up on like the minute we want to go, we're gonna like whoever is stealthiest can go out like
Well,
10
it's
minutes
more
ahead.
like basically if somebody watches throughout this time, you could potentially catch the moment when Cerberus actually leaves as well, to make sure he leaves.
No, I think we're gonna trust
No.
Patrician here. I think
Famous
'cause
last words. We're gonna trust Patricia.
famous last words. I think we're gonna do
Alright,
that, and then it's
Alright.
time for the plan to start. I
It
suppose.
gets relatively dark. This is upper ring, so less lamps, a bit more spaced out. Well, I mean, there are enough of them, and the streets are illuminated, but you're a little bit to the side.
We're in the dark, right,
Yeah,
up here.
and you're definitely in the dark as you, I guess, open the door to the roof, and there's relatively narrow ledge on which you can stand and try to peer into the office and do your spell. It won't be very comfortable, and you definitely have to go one by one into the gate, but
I mean, yeah. So we should decide upon who's. Well, we can decide who's going through first next session, right?
yes.
Makes
Yes.
sense because otherwise we
I mean, if it
Might want-
fails, nobody's going through first.
Yeah.
exactly. So I think it's. Can I stand close enough to Pip where I can see her even in this darkness?
It's well, let's call it. It's not darkness; it's dim light.
Okay, perfect.
Because you are in the city. You.
Yeah,
Well.
it sounds fine. I just need to be able to see her.
Yeah.
Which side do we want invisible? Because I probably have to call that first.
It's each of the two portals has one side that's invisible and one side that isn't. So you want to be the one that's invisible will be facing towards the mansion in us on
Yeah.
our side of the portal, and the other one, if you can angle it so that it points towards the back
Probably toward the
side.
street, right?
No,
In case somebody looks through the window.
yeah, that's what I mean. So you angle the side we come out towards one of the walls, so there's not too much light that sort of goes out onto the streets.
And to be fair, if somebody was watching you right now, it'd be like you're standing there, and then you walk through the air and disappear. That's how it would most likely look like if you cast the gate.
Yeah, if someone was
Because
watching us
since
up
it's
here.
flat, it's
Do they have a great angle to watch us up here? I don't think so, right? Since
from
we're
the
higher up.
mansion. Actually, why don't you roll me perception checks? Because there are guards on the mansion roof. Oh,
At
supposed to be.
disadvantage. At
Yes,
disadvantage.
all of you are rolling at disadvantage.
Oh, let's go.
Even people that can see in the dark?
Yes, because it's still dim light for you.
Dim light always gives disadvantage. No, actually, isn't dim light bright light for dark vision?
No.
And
Yes.
darkness is dim light?
Yes.
I think it's that way. It's like one level that
Oh,
you
yeah,
upgrade.
yeah.
So they don't have disadvantage.
Yes, but I mean, 60 feet ahead. Roll me for disadvantage. Well, just roll anyway because like 60 feet you see normally. Above that you have disadvantage. So I'll
Nice.
account. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Can you
anything
roll for
anyway.
Salan?
Sure.
Or maybe we can just use Melora, actually. It's fine.
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, I was more talking for Melora than me. I knew I wasn't going to roll it.
Because Melora still has a minimum of 14 and she rolled a 14. So, Melora, you are certain that basically if we go to the page and look on the roof of the mansion, there's at least one guard walking over here, so closer to you. And you can see someone moving in the dark on that side. So there are at least two guards on the roof and they seem to be making circles. So I guess it would be advisable to cast the spell while they're both the furthest away from you.
Mm-hmm. We can try and time that, right?
Yes, you can try and time that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Well, can I also I mean, if we cast invisibility on whoever's going through the portal.
It doesn't. At that point, if someone's standing on the other side, we're fucked. Or then we have to just have Salan with silence, or maybe that can do something. But
Also,
other than
Sarah
that,
be invisible.
Huh?
Also, Sarah needs to be invisible.
you can actually. Are we doing? Yeah, I guess it makes sense to do it with Ysera, because then we can be mostly out of sight from up here.
Yeah.
Dan, would that help us in that regard?
Actually, yeah. Actually, if you're doing it with Sarah's eyes, then guards are not a problem because you can do it not on the roof, but under the roof.
Yeah.
Next to the tied up guy, basically.
Oh, it's actually even better. Why not, right?
You're completely
Inside,
out of sight, yeah.
Completely out of sight. That sounds great. So we just need. So we're making Ysera and.
You know, guys, since you forgot that you're doing it through Sarah's eyes, you do understand that you didn't even have to get into the roof of this building.
Yes, we did.
Why?
Or maybe we could have done it in a bathroom, right?
Yeah.
It was. No, it's actually still good because if this fails, then we are in a position where it's pretty decent.
Get out.
No, we have a decent vantage point up here to see into the thing, to see into the office from here.
Right. So the question is Sarah going towards the office to see into the windows, and is anybody making her invisible?
Invisible first, please.
That is.
All right.
Yeah, that's.
Who's doing that?
I know it's a spell slot, but please.
Yeah,
Laura has all of the spell slots.
That's a sick.
Okay, just don't forget you're holding constant concentration.
Alright.
Okay, so Sarah is
actually
invisible. Yes.
We still need to be on the roof. We just need to be a little further back because Ysera needs to be able to see both points. She needs to see. Yes, you have to see
That's
both
right.
points. So we're still on the roof. We're just a little further back, maybe not as visible, but we're still
Okay.
on the roof.
Right. Yeah, sure. And Pip is doing the spell.
Yes.
And the Sarah is basically hovering in front of the office, and Pip, you're seeing through her eyes, right?
Yes.
Wow, this is a little better than a 50-50.
Are you having Trigger
We
carry
fucked up.
you, or
We're fucking up right here, guys.
Why?
I think we wanted the enhanced ability
yes, it
instead
is.
of
Oh, and
instead of
Melora has
Invis.
it.
Or does Salan have it prepared? I think clerics get.
They definitely get it, and
Can you check if he has it
would-
prepared?
I'm not sure if he has it prepared, but
But he could have had it
to be
prepared,
fair,
right?
he could have had it prepared easily, yeah.
And he can't get Invis, so this makes
Well,
sense.
is it? He definitely did not tick it, but
Can we do that? Because we really can use that advantage. And we did say.
I mean, honestly, it's either that or Ysera is not invisible because
Yeah.
that enhanced ability we need.
Yeah, we need that more than
it
Invis.
makes sense from my point of view, and I'm pretty sure if someone was here, he would have said that yes.
Yeah, honestly, we still need to. I think he still needs to adjust his list anyway because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have silence prepared currently, but he will want it very soon.
Most likely. I'll
So-
allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay, and we should remind him of it.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely remind him of it.
So then we can start with it.
We can try.
RNGesus, please.
Alright, so I have enhanced ability on my charisma, yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I hand you the scroll.
Yep.
Are you
What
being
do
carried
I
by
need to
Trego,
roll?
or are you standing on your own?
Oh, I'm by Trago.
Okay.
Oh, I can only delete one of
So
them.
just roll a charisma check. So d20 plus your charisma with advantage.
Ugh.
And you need to beat a 16.
Just roll. Yeah, you need to. It's a 11 or higher. And I still have something if this goes wrong. Thank you, advantage.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, advantage.
We know where we're standing.
So, as you are reading the spell scroll, it starts disappearing in your hands, like burning, but in front of you, a giant misty portal starts without that sound effect, whirling into existence, and a similar once appears in that office room. And, well, it succeeded. So I guess this is where we're gonna stop for tonight, and we'll see what happens as we pass through the portal in almost 3 weeks.
Fuck yes. I
Not
enjoyed
fuck
these-
yes, fucked yes.
Fuck yes.